Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Yeah, baby, it is Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you guys didn't know, this may be my last show. It sounded like I was getting replaced a little bit. Appreciate you guys all locking in with us. We've got a full squad here for Woodward Nights. I'm just going to say it real quick before we go around the room. This is not my last show. No, I'm going nowhere. I'm here for good. Welcome me in. All right, and my name is Booner. As always, co-host Matthew Broder, Detroit Lions beat reporter. We've got
dun, dun, dun.
one of the OGs in the TD booth. One of the first people ever at Woodward Sports to be in the TD booth. Speak easy. Welcome to Woodward Nights, baby.
I'm honored to be on here. I'm allowed to be a fan on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
What a legend,
Easy.
Easy.
There. I apologize.
It's crazy seeing Easy in the TD booth. I've never seen it before. Because before I got here, that was when you were, and then it was the upcome.
It's like when the Wizard of Oz unveils the cape, and it's like we get to finally see him back there.
So if there's any
looking good.
mistakes with the cameras, commercials, anything like that, shit like that, just go at Easy for it.
Sorry, I'm messing with Booner. I apologize.
He's coming at me a little bit. All right, we've got Nick in the sound booth as always.
Let's go. In the nighttime, we are kicking your weekend off right on Woodward Nights. We got some plays for you later. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We got the best locks here on Woodward Nights. Shout out Booner. Back to you, boys.
Yeah, back to you, boys. Yeah, that was great today. And shout out the BDE today with Matt Shepard and stuff. But Spenny on the commercials going. And back to you, Terry and Matt or Shepard. Something.
That's what he said.
He just kept doing that. It was great. Yeah,
They were good. That was a
great
total
show.
surprise to me.
Really?
I knew Terry was going to fill in, but I didn't realize that Matt Shepard.
Yeah.
Let's go. You could tell he just wanted to talk baseball. It was like coming out of his system. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, hey, yo.
What?
All right, and we've got a
Perverts.
packed show for you guys. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like button for us. As Easy always says,
Let me hit that.
tell a friend and share the show. Tell people about the show for us. We've got a packed one for you guys, though. We've got a ton of things going on here. Is that me?
No, that's me. Might be.
Oh, come on, Broder. What are we doing here? What a rookie, man. Broder, lock
What?
in.
Sorry, I had my volume on my computer. Sorry.
Lock in. Whoa, stream went down for a second.
Yeah, that's why you don't talk back.
All right, 8:15. We're getting into the Chicago Bears Detroit Lions preview. We're gonna break it down. Today is basically our Lions pregame show, leading up to Sunday before all of the festivities happen downtown Detroit. So we're doing that at 8:15. Our keys to the victory, all of that. 8:30. Me and Broder each are bringing a player or two from each side of the ball to the most important player who needs to have a game.
Yes.
So
I got all 4 guys picked, and I'm ready to roll. Booner.
I've got 5.
What?
I do. I've got an extra guy.
What's the point of writing in this show prep? Pick 2 guys on offense and 2 guys on defense.
Do what I want.
That's messed
Now
up.
I do what I want.
And I love you guys.
That's-
Hey, sometimes you got to bring an extra. 8:45. Another Booner question of the day. I think I brought about 2 or 3 or 4 of them. And guess what? Every time they kill. So we're doing a Booner question of the day. 9 o'clock going around the NFL doing our pick 'em. 9:15. David Montgomery is playing the Chicago Bears. We're hitting that. 9:30 college football and 9:40 our score predictions. I don't know what Broder's doing here. I don't know.
I hear this voice in the background. I'm just thinking,
Do it.
Do we need to do the Oklahoma drill right now?
yes, anytime.
In the nighttime.
I'm sweating up here.
It's gonna be a great show. It is hot up here, though.
Yeah, these lights are bright. Lights are bright.
It looks like they're all shining on you right now.
It feels like it. Jesus.
Light.
We're both rocking our Pistons. We got the Pistons on right now. Oh, I
didn't see
swear
the
they were
score.
just winning
I
1
didn't
minute
see the
ago.
score.
35 to 20 something.
And they were actually, I don't know if you guys saw, but ESPN did their power rankings, had the Pistons as 25th.
Really?
Yes.
You told me that, and that was kind of surprising. But then you broke it down. I was like, actually,
Spurs are like the dead last.
because the point differential.
Yeah, so that's kind of how, I don't think it's based off of that, but like when they're looking at who's playing, like there's so many teams that are like 2-8, 3-9, 2-10. There's like 8 teams that are that. It's crazy.
It seems it's like been let's call it what it is. It's been kind of a deflating start to the season.
Yeah.
But I guess when you do look at it, they've been in a lot of these games. They just can't close the door or can't, make the comeback enough. They can't get the right foul called.
I promised myself I was not being emotionally attached to the Pistons going forward until they showed. Like, I love the core. I love everything they're building. I'm with it. But Easy even said it a little bit too. It's like until they start winning, it's just like I'm unemotionally attached.
I welcome all Pistons with arms wide open.
With arms wide open. All right,
We were
Joe
jamming to
Burrow,
Creed.
boys.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead, Burr.
Joe Burrow out for the season. That's a huge deal
Huge.
in the NFL.
I do. Huge in the NFL. I want to hear you guys, the bettors' perspective. Like, the whole situation last night, I want to hear what you guys, from a football perspective, the Bengals are toast.
They're done for the year. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over. They're 5-5, but they're done for the year. I thought that it sucks too because they went on a 4-game win streak, got back into it, and then he gets hurt. Betting perspective, whatever the Bengals did, the Bengals should have to pay back everyone who bet on the Bengals last night. I had the Bengals plus 3.5. I wouldn't have taken the Bengals plus 3.5 if Joe Burrow was hurt, and I bet you the line would have been like plus 8. If Joe Burrow wasn't playing. Like that, you can't do that nowadays. That's why there's rules and regulations behind all of this, is because it's not just so there's a competitive advantage. That is a thing, yes.
Yeah.
But it's also now because there is gambling. That is the thing that whether you like it or not, that is all intertwined together. You have to give out injury reports. You have to do, people have to know. You can't hide things from people. So that's where I'm like, okay.
Did Dave Portnoy, did he?
Oh my gosh!
Did he really bet $1 million, or was it $100,000?
So he bet yesterday on the game. He bet $100,000 on the Bengals plus 4.5. But a couple weeks ago, he put $1 million on the Bengals to win a Super Bowl, and then I think he put $500,000 on the Bengals to beat the Eagles, I believe, or the 49ers, one of the two, in the Super Bowl. So he had like $1.5 million total on the Bengals this year. And it was right. He placed it as soon as they were done with that 4-game win streak. That next day, he was like, "I'm doing it because they're back."
And then they lost.
And then Joe Burrow gets hurt and can't cash out.
Imagine being that rich where you can just afford to lose $1 million.
Dude.
You're so rich, you're willing to gamble $1 million. That's insane.
Well, then he sold he sold Penn Gaming or
Barstool
to Penn Gaming.
Yeah.
For like
for a lot of money.
million.
But then he got it back almost for
For $1.
Yeah, for $1.
Literally, it sounds like a joke, but
No, but
with everything with it, they just wanted to get rid of it because it was like, how companies sometimes it's better just to move on from, like, when you're one of those big corporations like Penn Entertainment.
Yeah,
it's bigger. It's better sometimes to just say, hey, we're just going to dump this company, dumped it back to them for $1.
Well, Penn didn't. Hold on, sorry.
Oh, you're
there
good.
we go.
Is it like ESPN Bet, the new one?
So yeah,
isn't that where Penn ended up going? That's why they're like, let's just be done with Barstool because ESPN is a bigger.
Which I don't think ESPN Bet's gonna.
Dumb
last.
idea. Do you see Darren Rovell was ripping it? He said ESPN Bet's gonna last 2 years.
I don't think it will.
It's the #1 trending app right now.
Yeah, but I feel like just because
they're
they
giving
open
away free 200. And it's like the initial download, everyone's gonna be in.
But like we all know, like what the main ones are, and I mean I'm not gonna give free ads out here, but we know what the #1 best one is. I think everyone does. I'm not going to say
the Booner Sportsbook.
The Booner Sportsbook. Next thing here, Broder. Actually, I want to talk to you about this real quick.
Dude, he asked me about it.
Michigan football. We've had some conversations about this. They fired linebacker coach Chris Partridge. It seems like that. Like I think we all knew that something actually did happen because obviously Connor Stallions got let go and fired or whatever happened. But a coach got fired for it now. Things are starting to come out. I think maybe that's why they took a step back. And I know I'm the king of spin zones here with some stuff like this, but I'm going to be honest here real quick. This is a problem.
It's not looking good.
No.
I mean, so the reports are that at least this is. I don't know if it's official yet, but they think this linebackers coach Partridge, he was covering up evidence, or like that
Crazy.
was the reason. But you got to imagine even if Jim Harbaugh was kept at bay from this, and he actually didn't know how the information was being obtained by Connor Stallions, you got to imagine some coach on that staff knew at least a little bit that something bad was going on. So we'll see what comes out, and I know a lot of the speculations on is that the reason, or some things started to come out this week which made them change course 100%. I don't know. I mean that's the way it looks now. I still have. There's been nobody talking about why the Big Ten would agree to this, and there's just something in the back of my head that's like, even if Michigan is more guilty than I thought, there's something about the Big Ten that's going on that they don't want us to know about, and Michigan settled for a reason because the outcome would have been the same anyway.
And Andrew Jones,
everything's gonna be fine.
It was a problem last night, and you called it a tactic. Hey, Andrew, listen, it still
could be. Yeah,
we're still in a battle right here, brother. That's like
we don't know.
Still going.
We don't know why they decided not. There could be a whole number of reasons. It doesn't make Michigan look good right now, but it doesn't make the Big Ten look good. Michigan's getting the headlines, but the Big Ten, there's something going on behind the scenes, and I'm going to find out.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening. I don't know what it is, but
the fact that they just bailed on this investigation, that they were like, all systems go. We want you suspended in the middle of the season. We can't wait for the NCAA to finish their investigations. We're coming at you. Oh wait, actually, we're just going to drop it all.
Yeah,
investigative journalism.
Broder's been killing it with the Michigan stuff too. I want to just real quick. I want to make an announcement, just a statement. I want to make sure this statement is out there on the airwaves from our show specifically. The donor or who is supporting the Mr. Uncle T.
Terry.
I want to. What might have been Terry from Woodward or from Woodward, Maine. Terry Foster, Detroit legend. But I just want to say, it was not Woodward Nights, had nothing to do with it. We did not put any money we're not Uncle T. That's not us.
Remember what movie Tea Time was in?
I'm an uncle, but I'm not Uncle T.
Does anybody know that movie Tea Time?
No.
It's in Like Mike. Remember Calvin Cambridge?
I know Calvin Cambridge.
Yeah. He was his buddy on the team. Anyways,
there's a
Uncle
photo
T.
of Mr. T.
There's what?
There's a photo of Mr. T or Uncle T.
Like the booster, the guy from like the Michigan Champion Circle or whatever.
Do you want to see it?
Is there actually one?
It's out now, yeah.
You're about to see something.
Tony Stefano! Hey, T! Hey!
I knew something was about to come. I was like, oh boy.
His family, I'm pretty sure he's passed away.
Yeah,
he was a Rutgers guy. So he's a huge, he was like a Rutgers donor,
God
I'm
bless
pretty
his
sure.
soul.
Jerseys.
I think he went to Rutgers.
Who is
Rutgers.
a willing Rutgers fan? Like, that's the most.
Tony Soprano!
I guess so, but that's still, what the hell?
I don't know.
He was their donor. He was the one donating Greg Schiano, I bet.
Has Rutgers ever won anything ever?
No, like a game, but not like in championships.
One of the best baseball teams we played when I was at Michigan was actually Stony Brook, which is like a small school in Jersey.
Stony Brook.
Yeah, there was just something. They were legit. It was weird. Coastal Carolina.
Oh, shout out Coastal. Yeah, they're a good football program too, by the way.
Partied there. It was fun.
Coastal's rival
Myrtle
is actually
Beach, Myrtle.
Liberty, and when Hugh Freeze left to go to the SEC again this year, the Coastal they're a rival. The Coastal head coach jumped over to Liberty, so it would be like Michigan, like it would be like Jim Harbaugh jumping to Michigan State, like because they're like big rivals, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, how crazy
Liberty
is that?
Isn't that the school that had the scandal a couple years back? Jerry Falwell.
A lot of my
or whatever,
family went to Liberty actually.
with the dude in the corner taping his wife.
What?
Yes, that is actually
It's part
Jerry
of the
Falwell.
scandal.
Wait,
The
what?
president from Liberty.
Jerry Falwell.
I have a bunch of family that's gone to Liberty. A lot of my cousins went there. I've visited
Really?
there a couple times. Nice, beautiful. It's in Virginia. Beautiful, beautiful. Like I would go back there to go watch football game. Like it is a great campus, great spot.
Beautiful.
All right, a couple more minutes till break. Two more things here. Two quick ones. First one, Dan Campbell. I don't know if you saw Broder, and if you guys, everyone in the listeners have seen. We're not going to do any videos or anything today, just because we don't want to overwhelm easy. No, I didn't send anything just because we didn't want to overwhelm you a little bit.
We're just going to
here.
talk and have good conversation. We're going to have fun together.
We will. But Dan Campbell was asked about someone, I don't know who it was, came out and actually asked him. And
Justin Rogers.
Justin Rogers was like, hey, this rumors came up. Did they call you? And he was like, maybe they did. And so, yes, they called him. And then he came right after that and said, I will help Texas A&M out with anything they want besides coaching.
It was like the best response ever. Just delivered so cleanly, delivered so Dan Campbell-y. And Dan Campbell had a little edge to him during this press conference today. Like he's
locked in.
He is locked.
It's like Friday.
There's something like they are focused.
Have you noticed that on game weeks with him though?
Oh, it just through the week it gets more and more focused. But I feel like even there's a little more sass today in a fun, good, focused way.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but that was a great response.
When they were asking him the questions about bugs, he was getting kind of testy.
Yeah, like that's a good point. Like he was like, okay, what's going on? He was like, he just kind of like weaseled around at night. Well, in a good way.
Yeah.
But
that
like
does worry me, the bugs thing though.
Like, just that he didn't. He's like,
bring home.
You didn't really
soup,
get
baby.
a straight. Hey,
bring home soup.
That my.
I think when what's his name when Bruce Irvin got sign, I think a lot of people just thought like they can't, like the Lions can't sign anyone else. They can still go out and get some more people.
100%.
They've got so much money, and if they do like a 1-year contract, that it doesn't mean anything. Like you just have what $15 million cap space right now. Like you can just go out and get someone.
Couple dollar bills.
Yeah. Last
If you
thing
don't
here.
have enough, reach out to Uncle T. You know?
Or yeah, if you need some more money, Uncle T's got it. Woodward Nights, I'll throw some money in too. I've made that very well known for some people. C.J. Garner-Johnson.
Sorry.
James Houston, though, boys.
Do you see that? Is that also Justin Rogers' video?
I believe
think
it
so.
was.
I think
yes.
Justin and Noah Belanke had him. I think it both.
He was
Nolan?
out there pulling sleds, pulling things, pushing. He was out there working. He was on the field,
Looked pretty good.
no boot on, and he was just going.
Yeah, dude. If he can come back sooner rather than later, and I know it still may be 3-4 weeks, but that's one of those guys that it could be an addition just throughout the season. We just get an injured player back that acts like a trade acquisition or a free agent signing. That could be huge. Let's be real. We need some pass rush.
That changes the defense so much. They're like the defense. We say it every single time. When you look at like a defense like this, they're like right over the hill to where they're about to like tip over and start becoming a great defense, and they just can't get it. There's some games with no sacks. All these pressures, no sacks. A guy like James Houston, he wasn't playing great when he got hurt.
Yeah,
but he's a guy that can like right away, like that there's a chance where he comes in and he changes that defense instantly, especially a defense that's rolling.
All I ask, and this is a direct ask to our boy Aaron Glenn, all I ask is that you just let him go rush the passer. Forget like working on coverage
teams.
now. And I get why you would do that, leading into the season, have him for the entire season. The better in coverage he can be, the better of a player he is overall. But now with what's it going to be, 4 or 5 weeks left in the season, just say, you see the quarterback, go get him. Like, don't worry about anything else. Go get the quarterback.
That's what they did last year, and he was one of the best at it.
Yeah, exactly.
How many sacks did he have? 8.5, 9?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Booner, we're starting mailbag early. Lorena Rios asks, Broder, is Booner trying to grow facial hair?
Well, Lorena, I've always had facial hair.
That's a nice little.
I want it.
Goatee?
Yeah, I've always had it. I've had it since I was like.
You're born?
In college, no.
You're born.
I've had it for 6-7 years. I just out here I try to grow this out and it just doesn't look right.
Yeah. Sometimes it just hey.
All right, we're talking about hair and all these things. I'm going to tell you guys about Lady Jane's when we come back. Lions injury report, and as well, we're going to break down our keys to victory for Sunday. This is the Woodward Nights Lions pregame show, basically. We're going into everything. So, Lady Jane's, come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams, an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like a landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Woodward Sports own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following following every Lions game exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink live this Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. It's at Eastern Market in Shed 5, and it's going to be a bash. Starts at 9:30, runs up until game time. It's the official Lions tailgate. It's back and better than ever, so come pregame with all of your friends here at Woodward Sports Network and a bunch of other Lions fans. We got food, we got drinks, we got entertainment, all included. Just get your ticket up there, bullseyeeventgroup.com. Let's go.
All right, we are back. Woodward Nights
Stay
with
scheming.
Booner and Broder. It is on the Woodward Sports Network. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like button for us. Share the stream with
Please.
some people. Put it on your social media. Text it to a few people. Let the people know about the boys and that we're going from 8 to 10. And hit that like button. We've got Broder, as always. Detroit Lions beat reporter. I stumbled on that one.
That is gingerly touch tips.
Close. Easy in the TD booth today from the heavyweights, 5 to 7. Look at that. He's making his return to the TD booth after how long? What was the last time? A full 2-hour show.
Pilar Lastro was here. Last time I was in TD booth.
I don't even.
Broder didn't even.
Wait, say it one more time?
Pilar Lastro.
Yeah, Pilar.
Yeah.
The hook.
She's beautiful.
She was right in the middle here.
Yeah, she'd be in the middle.
Wow.
The
Little
hook.
Sammy. Little
She called me
sandwich.
Easy D. I think there was something there, boys, but
Wow,
I'm
flaccid.
not a home wrecker.
Yeah.
Easy D.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So I'm
saying?
gonna start calling you that now today to make you get some flashbacks.
No, because like through memory, it'd be awkward for me if you said it.
Okay, Easy D.
ruined
Sorry,
for me.
my
All
bad.
right.
And we've got Nick.
Keep dogging.
Whoa, we've got Nick in the sound booth.
Let's
He's
go
doing me
in
so
the nighttime,
dirty.
bringing you
call
the
me Easy D.
best show
All
to
right.
start your weekend off. Let's go.
All right, I want to say it one more time so bad.
With the arms
Can I just
wide
go one more
open.
time?
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
Easy D. All right, we're done with that. Let's move on. Let's get into this. Appreciate all of you guys locking in. We are going into the Lions versus Chicago Bears. Lions, I believe right now, the Lions moved from 10 to 7. I don't know why it moved. I think it was Justin Fields, which he's worth 3 points, which is kind of crazy to me.
He's got wheels.
Especially, yeah, he does, but he hasn't used them much this year. But I want to get into this, Broder, because you and I, every Friday, we go over our keys to victory. And that's kind of what I want to go into here. We're going to break down the Lions offense, Bears defense. We're going to get into all of that. Let's just do our keys to victory first, and then in the next segment we can hit the other ones. I'll start us off here.
Turnovers.
No, so that's what that's going to be my first statement. Is this game, not one of my keys to victories will be turnovers.
Really?
Different football team. You're playing the Bears. I think it's to the point to where if you watch the show and you know me a little bit, at this point you know that turnovers is like if you win the turnover battle, you're going to win the football game.
Yeah.
I'm done saying it for now. Unless we go play like a Eagles team, then that's number one. First one I'm going to go with though.
You're making stuff up like Carissa Thompson.
Shout out Carissa Thompson too.
And Aaron Andrews. Did
And
you hear
Aaron
that?
Andrews, yeah.
Double down.
Double wood.
Unbelievable.
Dirty, who was?
All right.
I'll lie about that.
No turnovers for me, though, boys. My first key to victory, I want to see this defense dominate the running back from the Chicago Bears and contain Justin Fields. Dante Foreman, Khalil Herbert, Justin Fields. Those three guys, you stop those.
Roshan Johnson.
I don't even know at this point, though, like I was thinking about that. I don't even know if Roshan, how many carries will Roshan get with those other three guys?
I don't know, because when he was getting carries, Deontay Foreman wasn't playing very much. Now Deontay Foreman's actually playing pretty
off.
well.
Yeah.
He was that running back
We know
on
Khalil
the
Herbert
Panthers. Khalil Herbert's explosive. That's a good call. One of my keys to victory was making them one-dimensional with the idea of shut down the run game. Let Justin Fields beat you with his arm, which he has the ability to, but we can't let them be able to run and pass and mess around.
It's one of those things, too, when you're playing like a team like this, to where they do have some sort of a run game, and then they do have a little bit like a DJ Moore, Cole Kmet. They have a couple other Darnell Mooney. They have some pieces to where if you just say, all right, try and beat us in the air. Like you can throw for 250 yards, don't care at all. But we're gonna beat you whether you throw for 3 touchdown passes or not. We're just not gonna let your run game get going. Because this isn't a team like the Chargers though, to where like Justin Herbert, they can go put up 38 points and stay in the game.
Yeah.
This isn't a team like that. They're gonna score maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns if they do end up just doing the air game. I don't see, though, the run game. I think the Lions can shut it down, to be honest.
Yeah, and I do think if you force Justin Fields to throw, hypothetically, 30 times, you're probably getting 2 interceptions off of that. Like, that's where the turnovers come into play because he's not as strong as a thrower. Although before he was injured, a lot of his passes were short, and they were letting guys like DJ Moore run after the catch. So it's tricky. I mean, that's why this game is It's hard. They're not a very good team, but they got weapons. They got pieces. It's Justin Fields, who he hasn't had a very good year. He's been hurt a couple times, but he's got ability to hurt you, to hurt any team. He's that type of athlete.
He is. My second key here, Broder, and I kind of has a couple stats here that I found. You gave.
Okay,
I have
Flannel.
this
Let's go,
booklet,
baby.
this booklet here. Like I like that thing there because there's some stats in there. The Detroit Lions, they rank 26 in the NFL, 48% in offensive red zone efficiency. 26.
That's not good.
On the other side of the ball, on the defense red zone efficiency, so stopping teams from scoring in the red zone, 72%, which ranks 30th in the NFL.
That's more surprising to me.
Yes. So my key to second key to victory is dominating in the red zone today or on Sunday.
Get in the red zone, score touchdowns.
Get in the red zone,
get
score
points.
touchdowns. If they get in the red zone, find a way to hold them to get a turnover, force them to a field goal. Find a way to get them out of rhythm there, because this is the thing here, Broder, is in games like this, these are games to where you're supposed to win. These are games to where you can find those things and turn them around. In the last 2 weeks, they like Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, they've talked about the red zone continuously. And last week they obviously didn't change anything about it. Like they struggled a little bit. This week is like, all right, you're playing an easier team than the Chargers. Go out there and dominate at something you haven't been great at. The red zone there, you have to finish your drives, and you have to stop them from getting points when they get in the red zone.
100%.
Because 30 at the 26 is just you're like I say this is a contending team. You can't go win a Super Bowl doing that in the red zone.
Yeah,
Cannot.
and I think getting David Montgomery back helps in the red zone on offense because he missed a couple games. And Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think, is going to be an added benefit. We'll see how Ben Johnson works him into the offense. What surprised me, though, was the defensive statistics. Maybe it's just since the Chargers game was the most recent one, we got to see that goal line stand. I just think of them as being maybe stronger than they are, but 30th, man, that's low. Was
it in the red zone at the 1 yard line? It was like 6 straight stops at the one.
It was epic.
And there was a flag in there that wasn't even a penalty.
Cam Sutton, yeah.
And it wasn't a penalty for
It's
sure.
a tough one. It was a tough one. But I'm going to stick on the run game. I'm going to stick on this. I think, and we're going to talk about it a lot today, but I think if the Lions can win the run game, if they can dominate on offense, they win this game easy. Because the run game, the run defense for Chicago Bears is actually the best part of their defense. They've been surprisingly solid, although they haven't played that many good teams, that many good rushing teams. This will be by far the best team in terms of rushing that they face all season. But they got a good defensive line in terms of stopping the run. And their linebackers. Their linebackers are very good at stopping the run, which is why one of my players is going to be someone who can hopefully neutralize the linebackers. One of my players to watch that we're going to talk about next segment. But they're very good at the run defense. So if you can get ahead, if you can expose that, then it opens up the entire playbook for Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I agree with that. And my last key to victory.
Oh, your third one?
My third one. How many did you bring?
I don't know.
I brought 3.
Okay, cool.
Did you bring 2?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, I got another one. It's all right.
I didn't put a number in there. I guess we can both do this one here. What's the one thing that Dan Campbell's talked about for weeks and weeks and weeks? And they
Khalif Raymond breaking one free.
Not a specific player. Nope, not a specific player. It's something that they have not done yet. The Detroit Lions have talked about this for 2, 3, 4 weeks that they have not done yet this year, and it's putting the full game together in all 3 phases of the football game.
That complementary
offense, defense, special teams, putting everything together. You expect, like, I think you all in the room can agree with me on this. Sometimes it's hard versus a really good team like the Chargers, or if you're playing like the Ravens or the Chiefs, if you haven't done that yet, to do it like just out of nowhere. But when you play a team like the Bears, this should be a team that you're able to be like, all right, let's do it this game. This is a game where we can do it and we can build off of it and do it next week versus the Packers. Do it the week after versus Saints. Do it to the Bears again. And then once you get to Dallas, you're like, okay, we've done it a few times now. We know what it feels like. So that's my I think that's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
We talk about this, I feel like, every Friday. Put all 3 together, play a full game, and they just have not done it yet. It's like, oh, first quarter good, second quarter good, third quarter bad.
This is the part of the schedule where you can learn how to do that. However that comes about in the game plan,
It's
like
perfect.
Force it. Like, get a little outside of your comfort zone. Maybe not early in the game, like try to get a lead, try to get a little dominance out there, but kind of work in all these new areas to try to build this team, this complementary football from each level. I think it's time.
How frustrating is it when you have a team like this that they're so good on offense? They've shown so many spurts and so many, like, you've seen so many different things on the defense. The squirt. you've seen so many things on this defense, like positive outlooks from it, to where it's like, man, if they really just put it all together and like the defense came to play when the offense comes to play and the special teams breaks one off and they're dominating, oh my, this team could be so good. Like such a good football team. Oh my gosh.
Tell me, we got a couple Shane Daniels in the chat.
Can't even handle it.
Shane, 2 $5 donations. Thank you, man.
Yay!
It's so good to have. Oh, third one. Let's go, man. The last one's still hype. It's moving on me. Wait, there's
still hype from being at last week's game, and it felt like Woodward Sports was with me there in spirit. So pumped now about 2 home games in 5 days. Let's go, Shane. Shout out to you for that. Appreciate that a ton.
Shout out.
All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, gonna get into, we could talk maybe a little about the offense, defense, kind of the matchups, or we're gonna get into me and Broder. We picked out 2 players, the most impactful players, and people who need to step up on Sunday. We picked that out. I'm gonna go back to back here real quick. Easy, you don't even have to throw the first one up if you don't. Oh, you got it.
legend.
Let's go! Woodward Sports Lions pregame show hosted by Jeff I. Frady. Easy will be on it Sunday. I will be in the Maz chair. That's at 9:30 to 11:30 on the Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you guys tune into that before the game at 9:30. And then, when you're done, you can grab some lunch. Go to Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about some breakfast? They have the stuffed potato pancakes, the classic lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden, and you can also get the apple pie hotcakes as well. They're just way too good to miss. You need the apple pie hotcakes. So that actually sounds great. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop over at your local Big Boy today.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and you offer more products to more people.
Yes,
That's
sir.
exactly what Les Stanford did when they opened Les Stanford Buick GMC. It's the same great service that customers have come to know and trust, located on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Also, their flagship location is in Dearborn, so check Les Stanford out today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
All right, we are back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. It is on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys locking in with us. Got a lot of people here today on a Friday night. Usually Friday nights, people are out. They're having a good time. But no, you guys are here with us. Hit that like button if you guys haven't yet. Let's get up to 75 likes before the end of the hour here, and we'll get on our way over to 100.
Before we get started, I have to shout out my guy, Josh from Detroit.
Josh.
Shout out.
I met him last night in a there's this guy I watch on YouTube. He's a reaction, Vibe Reactions. I found him through Harry Mack videos. And I just randomly came across, he was going live on YouTube yesterday, hopped in there, and all of a sudden there's this guy, Josh from Detroit. I'm like, dude, where are you from? Well, we were talking for a little bit. Yeah, I guess I said something
Josh
different than that.
Detroit,
yeah. Ultimately, he was like, dude, I watch Woodward Nights every night from 8 to 10. Like, I was like, dude, come on. He was like, so we were just chatting. It was like the most random, awesome thing ever. I have a screenshot to send you guys.
You guys know that one
Shout
movie?
out.
That's great. But when you just did that,
What?
do you know that movie when he was like, I think it's The Dudes Were in My Car, but he's like,
With Ashton?
yeah, he's like, what does this say? And he's like, it says
Sweet,
like,
what's mine say?
yeah, sweet, what's mine say? No, what's mine say? No,
Dude, what's mine say? Sweet, what's mine say?
It's like
Dude,
some-
what's mine say?
That's what it's reminding you.
Yes, because you kept doing that, but it's like something on their forehead or something like
A
that.
tattoo on their back.
It's one of the funniest moments of.
And I want to
oh,
shout
so
out
good.
chat real quick. They're having a great time with us tonight. They're not having a great time. Come on now. They're having a great time with us. Let's go. Woodward Nights, baby. Shout out chat.
We're the
And
best
let me
chat.
Shout out my mom.
I was gonna, hey, one more shot. No, I'm just kidding. All right, hey, let's get into it here,
Yes.
though. Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears Sunday. Massive, I would say massive matchup. We will get into it a little later today. There is a segment in regards to that, or at least I have something to say about that. How big does this matchup mean to the Detroit Lions kind of moving forward in the NFC North? But this, right now, the Lions, this matchup here, we wanted to pick one or two players on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. And Broder, I put it in here to where you can go either way with this, and in the chat too. When we do, we're going to do offense first. Start dropping the offensive players that you think, one, need to step up and have a big game, or that they will have a big game. So either one, because if they need to, you're hoping that they will do it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you guys throw that in the chat. Start dropping them now. Do you want to go first, Broder? I can go
I
first.
would
Up
love
you.
to go first.
Okay.
Because I'm going to pick the same guy that I picked. I don't know if we did one or two last week, but he was my number one last week. But I'm getting him again for a different reason, completely different reason.
Okay.
That is Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's Jahmyr Gibbs in a wide receiver position, in a catching the ball out of the backfield type of role. This Bears defense, I sort of hinted at the segment before. These linebackers, Tremaine Edmonds, if he's playing, TJ Edwards, they're very good at stopping the run, but they're not so great at defending running backs out of the backfield. I think I got some stats here. They're ranked like 31st in the league against running backs in the pass game. So I think this is a great opportunity, especially if David Montgomery's getting the ball running up the middle, or whatever the game plan is to get him his 30 to 40 carries on his old team. Who knows? He's not going to get 30, but they're going to feed David Montgomery. I think this is a time for Jahmyr Gibbs to break out in the slot.
Outside. Okay, I'm going to follow that up because my guy, my number one that I had here, I actually just went David Montgomery.
Perfect.
And it's not more so that I'm sitting here saying that he's going to have a big game, but I think he needs to have a big game. And I think it's because, one, obviously it's him versus Chicago Bears, which we have a full segment on in a little bit, of kind of him coming back, the running back room versus Chicago. But the fact that they have the number 2 rush defense in the NFL right now, and you're sitting there, his line, the heavyweight said it last show, his line is at 48.5. That seems very low, very disrespectful. But when you're going up against the number 2 rush defense in the NFL, I want to see a guy like David Montgomery go out there and dominate no matter how good that defense. I just want to go out there, like we've seen him do it versus almost every team this year. I want to see him do it versus a team that's top 5 in rush defense. Go out there, go for another 100 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns, and dominate. And then at the same time, I want to see Jahmyr Gibbs do the same thing. So I'll piggyback off that. I want to see this running back duo kind of do what they've been doing.
Yeah. There's going to be more on their back now with Jonah Jackson officially ruled out for the game. They're going to need to step up, whether it's Graham Glasgow in that spot or Yodi and Glasgow on the other side. However they do it, Jonah Jackson's a huge part of that run game. So it's a loss. That's a big loss.
I do feel like we talk about this a lot every week, and I think around the NFL, like I'm sure if you go to different stations around the NFL, they have conversations about their own teams. But like a guy like a Jared Goff, he's the best play-action quarterback in the NFL.
Number 1.
If David Montgomery goes out there on Sunday and he dominates, and every single run he gets is 5-6 yards, and he goes and gets 20 carries for that, or 15 to 20 carries at 6 yards, 5 yards, that, like, you can't lose a game like that.
Yeah.
Like, especially with a guy like Jared Goff. And in the NFL, when you have that, like, you see, I mean, look at the Bills right now. They can't figure out their run game. They obviously had that one possession where they ran the whole time, but they can't figure out their run game to complement their offense or their pass game.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the Detroit Lions, David Montgomery.
No, that's a great one. You led me right into my next one, that
What's the next
play-action
one?
pass game. My next guy on offense, the key to that offense, Jameson Williams.
Wow.
Jameson Williams.
Bro.
I couldn't stop thinking about him, pause, after last night. The last 2 nights we've been talking about him a lot. But I think this is a perfect game for him to actually break out, actually get 4 or 5 catches for, 80, 90, 100 yards, or, break a long one for a touchdown. I think it's a perfect opportunity for J-Mo with a pretty weak secondary for the Chicago Bears, despite the fact that Jalen Johnson, their cornerback, is playing really well. Tyreek Stevenson, their rookie cornerback, isn't playing so great this year. They just have been a really abysmal team in coverage. They do have players, so it's a little strange, but if they can get J-Mo going on a short passing route early in the game, maybe run one of those wide receiver screens, I would love to see him break one. I would love to see him break one. Everything he's been doing over the last couple of weeks, we want to see him in the end zone. We want to celebrate for him, and I know the boys do. As much as they want David Montgomery to get in the end zone and have a big day, you know this team. They know what all the talk is about. They support J-Mo as much as he supports them. They want him in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I might bet on him to score a touchdown this week.
Do it.
My final one though, I didn't go specifically a player, Broder, but I kind of went a full unit on offense.
Okay,
improvise. I'm sure you already know what that unit is. It's the offensive line. I put a poll in the chat. I said which Detroit Lions player on offense needs to have a big game Sunday. I put J-Mo, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jared Goff. I wanted to see if anyone threw Jared Goff in there, and then I went the offensive line. Broder, everything we spoke about. What are you over there counting?
I'm just counting how many players you just picked. 8.
Well, no, 5. 5 that will play.
Plus Jared Goff, J-Mo, and David Montgomery.
I didn't pick Jared
cheating.
Goff or
Fucking
Jahmyr.
cheater.
I just picked David Montgomery, and I picked bullshit. What is happening?
You are right with all these players, so
We
keep
just
going.
named 8 players on offense that need to have a big game. Guess what? They can't. Those players can't have a big game if this offensive line with no Jonah Jackson doesn't step up and have a big game. That's why I picked the offensive line. That offensive line, even with Jonah Jackson down, what's been the one thing, even when players have gone down on this offensive line, they have stepped up and they've still been ranked the #1 offensive line in the NFL.
Next man up.
Big V goes down. Graham steps in. People have just been rotating. Taylor's down. Jonah's down. Rotating. And guess what happens? They're still a top 5 offensive line. Just continue to do that Sunday. You're going up against the #2 rush defense in the NFL. I know they might not have played people, but they have like 4 or 5 dudes that can run the ball, and they could go off for any of those guys could go off for 100 yards on Sunday. If you go out there and the offense, all right, I said it opposite. I'm sorry.
I know what you meant though.
Yeah, so you have to be able to do that. So
God Hates Cowards just told me, Broder, tell Ben to work on the over 70-yard plays in the game plan. Yep, I will.
Actually, can I?
Broder, just gonna double down real quick, Boone.
Double down on me, dude.
On the J-Mo being such an important piece to this game, because if you get him going early, the safeties are going to be super far back. You know, they're not going to be up in the box, so it'll allow us to run the ball like we want to and just push the ball down their throat.
Facts.
Pause. You know what?
Wild right now.
You guys are addicted to J-Mo, man.
That time.
I'm just kidding.
Dude.
I'm sitting in this chair right here, man. This flannel chair really put something in me, man.
What about the defense?
Why do you guys keep talking about J-Mo? I'm sorry.
Loud noises. I love Lamp.
All right, defense. Who do you got?
I got 2 rookies.
Oh wow, I've got no rookies.
You go first then.
All right, first I'm going to start it off. Who needs to have a big game? I'm sure we can all agree on this. Count of 3. Who do you think the number 1 is? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yep, Aiden Hutchinson.
Predictable.
We just become best friends.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson has to have a big game. He is 1-1, 1A. He is above everyone else right now to where it's like you need to step up. I want to see you go out there and get 2 sacks. Go get a forced fumble. Go just dominate Justin Fields coming off an injury. Go dominate this run game. Don't let Justin Fields get anything on your side of the ball. Put pressure on him and dominate. Last year versus the Bears, he had 12 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and an interception.
Was this the one where he's just standing on the side? Oh, no, that was...
It was at halftime, standing on the sideline.
Yeah.
I did a video. The Bears Twitter put it out during training camp, a video of Justin Fields throwing the ball in practice. And then I cut it and timed it up with Hutch doing it.
Perfect.
It blew up. It had hundreds of thousands of views, and it was just all Bears fans like, "Oh, you!" I was like, yeah, "You guys are losers."
Stat game.
You're about to get back-to-back number 1 picks.
My number 1 on defense, my number 1 rookie on defense. Well, number 1 player, but he happens to be a rookie. I don't know if it's going to be defending Cole Kmet tightly, DJ Moore in the flats, or running back coming out of the backfield. But I think Brian Branch needs to have his comeback game, his reawakening on this team. He is playing so good at the beginning of the season, got hurt, and he's sort of slowly come back. He's made some good plays, but he hasn't been that difference maker that we saw him earlier in the season. So I think Brian Branch, this is a good game for him to be all over the field. When you got a mobile quarterback like that, just weird things happen, and having someone like that in that nickel spot, I think it's huge.
I wanted to go Brian Branch. I went him last week.
But you didn't.
Yeah, and I didn't. But guess where I'm going this week? I'm not doubling down. I'm going Kirby. I'm going
with
Kirby.
the other safety. Yeah.
2 straight interceptions.
It's a good one.
Last the couple times, if you go look at Justin Fields' interceptions, typically, I know I'll be like, oh, it's a safety. Yeah, he's a secondary. But if you go watch some of them, I think it's a perfect spot for Kirby Joseph to get his third straight in a third straight game. I think it happens. Aaron Glenn spoke about it, and with these secondary players, to where when you're hot like this, everything comes together. You can see the ball, you can feel it, like you know exactly where it's going to be, and that's where we saw Kirby last year when he started getting hot and he started getting turnovers. It just kept happening, and I think right now he's finally gotten that groove. I think he has a huge game on Sunday. I think you see another Kirby Joseph interception. I think you might see 2 takeaways from the Lions.
I would love that
Sunday.
I would love that. Shane Daniel said I'm going with Cam and Jerry. Those are great ones too because of those wide receivers. I think we talked about them yesterday. And them being able to tackle, so there aren't yards after catch. They've been very good. Tackling cornerbacks, very good in the run defense and tackling receivers, not letting them get too many yards after catch. So just making sure that they don't catch the ball like Keenan Allen last week.
Before we go to break,
how about before I give my last one?
Oh yeah, give your last one. How many did you do?
You just did one.
I
was just talking about Shane Daniel, my guy.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your second one.
No. I got a different guy.
I just keep seeing this comment in here, and I just want to address it really bad.
Go for it.
Someone keeps saying about the 70-yard plays. Are they saying like a 70-yard total play, like a deep ball?
Yeah, no, it was kind of a joke. Like we're talking about J-Mo having a big play.
Okay. Because I already had stats in my head for it because I read this book here. And this book in there says that the Detroit Lions right now, if you guys didn't know this, they are the most explosive offense in the NFL. They are the best offense in the NFL. You would think the Dolphins are. The Detroit Lions lead the NFL in plays 20 or more yards. They lead the NFL in 20-plus or more yard touchdowns. Like, they are the most explosive offense in the NFL right now.
And that's partly
I
why
don't think anyone realizes that.
That's partly why their red zone statistics aren't so great. They punch it in from outside the red zone. But that doesn't mean it's not important.
I just wanted to, I didn't know if that was a real comment. But
that's a great point.
Yeah. Hey,
thank you.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, I think we did.
Second time. Yummy and Coke. My last one, I'll be really quick because we got to get to break. We're talking about this run defense for the Lions, shutting down, making sure that they're running backs, making sure Justin Fields doesn't break it open. So I think Jack Campbell is going to be huge for this game. This is why they drafted him. That sideline to sideline ability, also that old school linebacker coming right up the middle. I think it's the time. Hey, Brian Urlacher, who? These faces that they're making with me are making me laugh, and I love it. Yeah, Jack Campbell. It's time.
I hope he has a huge game. I want to see him get an interception.
Yeah, he's been last week wasn't his best game, but he has been making strides throughout the season. and he's been out there more and more. I think it's time.
I saw something online that they graded rookies, and I'm interested in just first round rookies. Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs is an A. Guess what they gave Jack Campbell?
C+.
B+?
An A.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Interesting.
But that means people around the league are looking and hey, Jack's actually doing something well.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's go to break. When we do come back, 8:45. Let's see, what do we have?
You're going to tell them about Woodward and Maine before I tell them about Dispo.
I will. Woodward and Maine. That is Detroit Lions, Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show. Hosted by Gabrielle D.
It's a
Phillips,
great show.
Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster. It is Tuesdays from 7 to 8 a.m. and it'll be this Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. Make sure you guys tune into that for all the injury breakdowns, insider information you need. Obviously, Detroit legend Terry Foster's there, and he has a lot of insight on the game on Sunday morning. So tune in on the Woodward Sports YouTube network.
And after you tune in on Tuesday, go ahead and join Braylon Edwards out at the Hazel Park Dispo location where they're doing Braylon and Dispo. They're doing their November 21st Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. Starting at noon, Dispo will be giving away Thanksgiving turkeys over the course of the day. All you have to do is purchase any product from Dispo Hazel Park on Tuesday afternoon, and you'll receive your turkey available while supplies last. So Dispo Hazel Park is located at 634 West 9 Mile Road, Hazel Park, Michigan. It's a perfect place where you can pull up, re-up, and grab your bird for Thanksgiving dinner. Dispo Hazel Park is it.
How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Gabby is a a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's a Syntron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinksyntron.com/Vegas and buy Syntron at your local Meijer store. Syntron, the healthier energy drink with great taste, so you can look and feel great and be the best version of yourself with Syntron. Enter now at drinksyntron.com/Vegas.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights.
That's
with
us.
Booner and Broder. Appreciate you guys tuning in on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Whatever you're on, appreciate it a ton. Make sure if you guys haven't, if you're on the YouTube page, hit that like button for us. Let's get to 75 here before 9 o'clock. That's the goal here, to get to 75 before 9. And make sure you guys subscribe as well. Easy's in the chat right now talking about how much he loves Jared Goff. I'm not. My hands are up.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not.
That's actually not you?
That's actually not me.
I don't know who that is.
Baydoun?
Nah, it's me, boys.
Oh, it is you?
It is me.
Oh, you clown.
I've got access to they gave me access to the main page, man. Well, that's why when you guys were saying the show before that Booner's not on the night show anymore, no, listen, I'm on this thing.
You are Woodward Sports, technically.
Yeah, technically right now, yeah.
Get out of here!
Whoa, it's like that owner in Arizona, man. Relax.
Why don't you go purify yourself in the waters of Lake?
Broder, I have this question here for you. The Booner question of the day.
It's blank. This is right off the cusp. Let's go.
I don't want this to get out of context. I'm going to start it off by saying I do not think that the Vikings have a chance to win the North. Nothing like that. But this game, it feels like a lot of people are taking it as a just like a pass game. Like
the Vikings or the Bears?
The Bears game. To where they're like, hey, it's not that big of a deal. My question is this game really more important than we think? Not for a few different reasons. One, the NFC North. You can clinch it early. Like if you win these games, you go clinch the NFC North. Oh, yeah. Two, you're chasing the number 1 seed. Just 1 and 2 there. But,
I thought you were going 3.
but real quick.
He's like, I can't count that high.
He's like, change up, slider.
No, but with that, the reason
Curveball,
I'm saying this is because
slider,
when you're sitting there going for the number 1 seed, or you're trying to clinch a division that you haven't won. First of all, the North ever, or you haven't won a division since '93. When you're sitting there and doing that, these games like this, when you're a 10-point, 7-point favorite, you cannot let any of these slips. And I know we had this conversation about Monday or Tuesday, and I think that's why, like, we're sitting here, and I think there's some people who are like, oh no, like I get maybe you can say it's a blowout, whatever. You see how serious Dan Campbell's taking this game. He's taking this game more serious than he has other games throughout the year, it feels like. The guys, Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. I don't know what it is. I think it's because, and I know Easy hates the Bears, FTB. Like, I think maybe it's because it's the Lions' biggest rival. But this is just one of those games. When you play a divisional game, man, especially when you're sitting there going for a battle, and if you break it down just in the NFC, because if you're tied for the 1 seed, it goes to conference record. So when you're playing an NFC team, and you just cannot drop one where you're a 7-point favorite in the NFL. When other teams they do it. We've seen other teams. Nick gave some examples a couple of days ago of teams that have dropped those games that they shouldn't. So I think in this battle, you win these games, like the Bears, the Packers next week. Let's skip the Saints, the Bears again. If you go win those 3 games away, I bet you if you go win 3 of the next 4 games and you win all 3 in the division, you probably can clinch the division within the next few weeks after that. Like, you're right there. And then you're sitting there talking about maybe we can clinch the 1 seed at some point in the next couple weeks. So that's why I think, like, right now, move the Chargers game back. This game right now, when you're in the NFL, if you have a chance in a stretch like this to go on a run, especially within your division, this is going to flip the season this way, or it's going to keep you here where you're just kind of battling with the Vikings. I think the Detroit Lions win the next 3 to 4 games, and they flip it, and they take a control of the North, and they take a control of the 1 and 2 seed.
And if you win the next 3 games, I agree with everything you said, by the way. You got to assert your dominance in the NFC North, your division, especially this year. When your division's down and you have a chance to take over, you got to take advantage of that situation like the Tigers didn't this year. The Lions need to go do that, and they need to do it with dominance to show that they really are the team to beat now in the NFC North, which we all think and know that they are. But also, these next 3 games, really these next 2 even, the Eagles' schedule coming up. Their next 3 games, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers. Shit, Cowboys, Seahawks.
They have
you gotta assume it's a gauntlet. You gotta assume they lose at least 1. They might drop 2 games in this. Like that's not and it doesn't mean that the Eagles are a bad team. It's just they're playing such good teams. If they drop 1 or 2, if they drop 1, let me think. If they lose this Thanksgiving game, or if they lose this weekend, Sunday against Kansas City, and we win, and the Lions win against the Bears, and then on Thanksgiving against the Packers, I believe we're both 10-2.
You're sitting in the 1 seed.
And I believe we're sitting in the 1. So by Thanksgiving night, you could be feasting as the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
How about that?
And let me look at something here. Just with that, I want to bring up this point, too.
Is that what I mean?
Okay, okay, that's not a good thing to see here.
What?
The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-0 in the NFC.
Yeah, they're a damn good
Lions are
team.
4-1.
Yeah. But they haven't played the teams they're about to play.
That's very true. But I just think like that's why I think this game is a lot bigger than some people are taking it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people in the chat and it can kind of agree with me on that. Is like these are like we're not at that point to where you're just okay. Like the Panthers are like the Panthers, the Bucks, the Falcons. Like no, you're playing. This is like basically getting to me. It's like in college, like you're getting into Big Ten play. Like you're okay. Now we're going.
Yes.
I know the Bears aren't great. They don't look good. They're record wise, but they're going to bring everything. This is basically your biggest rivalry game in the end, like the Bears versus the Lions.
Yeah,
you know what that history is. Easy can probably tell you how much he hates the Bears. I bet you every single person in the chat that's a Lions fans can say it. You have to go in and you have to make a statement. This is
not meant to take a shot at this team, but you got to treat it like the Michigan versus Michigan State game where they're down. Yes. You have to pound them. Like you have to make sure that they don't. Pause? What's wrong with saying you have to pound them?
I don't know.
You guys are perverts.
Dude, what?
Perverts.
I am a fan of guys with big butts.
And I cannot lie.
Uncle T, that's the guy that sponsored the Suns.
Allegedly.
Hey.
But you're right. You got to take care of division games. Michigan had a really easy schedule this year. To talk about Michigan, but their conference is not very good, and everyone's talking about that. But they've just taken care of business. It's been it's actually been an annoying season because it hasn't been many good games. They got to take advantage of these 6 in division. These next 5.
And I'm not saying too. I want to be clear. I'm not saying the Vikings are going to sit there but at the end of the day, like they're one of those teams. When you look at the playoffs, they're sitting there in the hunt. Josh Dobbs is, as much as a lot of people want to say, "Yo, he's nothing." He's looked good the last 2 weeks.
He's something.
He's put in a good position to kind of be successful. Justin Jefferson is coming back. That's a great drop. Justin Jefferson's coming back. Like this is a team to where it's like you go win these games that you have to.
Yes.
Go win the bottom games because I bet you the Vikings beat the Bears. I bet you they beat the Packers. So you have to win those to get that one up on them. And you just don't want to go into when you play the Vikings 2 of the last 3 weeks of the season. You do not, and I'm going to say you want to try and clinch that division before that, in my opinion.
The earlier you can, if you can do it before the Cowboys game,
you don't want to play
17,
them twice and have to clinch.
The final game of the season's in Detroit, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so if you can
clinch on the road in Minnesota, I'm telling you, that's going to be the flex game. The flex game will be that first game, the third of the last game versus the Vikings. That will be a flex game because that's going to be a game the Lions can clinch the division.
Also,
week 16.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let me get this in real quick.
Get it in.
You guys are talking about the Vikings like they're the goddamn Niners right now, Boone.
No, I'm not. No.
Dude, this team.
No.
You just said you
Did you not hear what we said?
Eagle.
No.
Cover 4.
You said you want to start by saying this.
No. We said they're 2 games back. They're right there. They're in the wild card race. They're not the 49ers.
You said you don't want to go into the last 3 games of the year.
You don't want to put yourself in a position.
That's racist,
Obviously,
dude.
you don't want to, but I am not scared of this goddamn Vikings team, Booner. I would love to take 2 out of 3 and end their whole entire charade that they have going on right now.
But what happens if there's
the
a
Minnesota
slip-up game?
Vikings.
49ers might.
The Minnesota Vikings are not real. I don't believe that they're a real team. I have no doubt in my mind that the Lions would absolutely whoop on them those two out of the three last 3 games of the year for the Lions. The Vikings are not real. They are not contenders in this division.
They're not
the
contenders.
Detroit Lions are absolutely taking
Nick,
this thing.
I'm
not scared of them at all, and I'm not scared of the 2 last games if they're within a game or 2.
You misunderstood what we're all saying here. I think everyone in the room kind of is on this side, and you're over there by yourself in the fish tank over there.
Hey, don't.
I watched The Hook earlier today, the old Woodward show, and they kept calling that the fish tank, and Fish was in there, and the show's The Hook. So I was like, it's pretty clever.
The hooker.
No, I'm not saying that I don't think, Broder, I don't think you are as well. I'm not saying that the Vikings are like, oh my gosh. Not at all. But a divisional game, especially like one of them, you have to go on the road. Like these aren't just, you're in the NFL at the end of the day. Like these aren't just like Michigan versus like Rutgers or something. This is a real football team that has won, 5 straight games right now? Have they won 5 straight, Nick?
They have.
5 straight games. This
Lions
is an NFL team that has won 5 straight games. I'm not sitting here saying they're the 49ers or a contender, but a team that's won 5 straight games in the NFL, that isn't a fluke whatsoever.
They have a Defensive Player of the Year nominee.
Yes.
They have a great defensive-minded coach.
They have the best offensive player in the NFL coming back next week.
Yes. Like, is it weird to say? Let me know if I'm crazy for saying this, but and I'm not really worried about the Vikings, but I'm more worried about them with Josh Dobbs than with Kirk Cousins. Is that crazy?
No, not really. He's a gamer. Like
he
just makes things happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think someone said in the Woodward Sports chat, like he's around a lot more talent in Minnesota than he was in Arizona. And in Arizona, he was kind of straight. Like Arizona played a lot of good teams tough. Like remember the game with the Cowboys?
They beat the
They're
Cowboys.
in a tough division too. Like they're used to like physical
they had
games
half of the
well.
roster as the Vikings do right now too.
Mm-hmm. And Justin Jefferson's coming back. Like
you got some magic.
I don't think they're gonna win the division by any means, but like, they're definitely give you some tough fights.
Yeah, they might get that.
So what I said about that's not crazy. Like if you could clinch the division before those last 3 games somehow, like do it. Don't put yourself in a position to where you have to go on the road to the Vikings. You're 2 games ahead, right? Let me give you this example. You're still 2 games ahead because they've been winning games and you're winning out, and you're 2 games ahead. You have to go on the road to Minnesota. We saw what happened last year there. Like you have to go on the road. A road game, especially in division, is tough. Say you do drop that because it's a close football game. Something happens. The ball doesn't go your way. Now you're 1 game ahead when you have to what? Who do you play at week 17?
Cowboys.
Cowboys
this year?
week 17 Cowboys then at the Cowboys
December
and
30th.
then the Vikings. So Nick, when you're sitting here and you're telling me if you're 2 games ahead, you have to go on the road to the Vikings. Say you drop that, you're 1 game ahead, and then you have to go on the road to the Cowboys.
Booner, we've beaten Kansas City on the road. We
Nick,
just took care of the Chargers on the
you're
road.
not
I'm
seeing
not
the
scared
point.
of the Vikings.
You're not
I
seeing
understand it's not ideal if you have to do it, but I wouldn't be scared in that scenario is what I'm trying to say.
I think
You're
we're
not
saying the
seeing
same thing.
Point. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I just don't think you're seeing like
we're just saying
you
like
just don't want to put yourself in that position.
They're not a joke of a team. Like they can beat anybody. We don't want to have to have the season on the line against the Vikings. We'd rather just get it out of the way.
Same chapter, different page.
We just have to be realistic here.
Yeah.
Lions aren't winning every single football game out. They could, but like let's just be realistic here. I'm the biggest slappy that drinks the Kool-Aid after every game, but I'm going to sit here and break the game down and the team down and be completely realistic. And we're going to talk about we're going to open the doors and be like, oh, this is what real life's like. Whoa.
What's behind door number 2?
All right, let's go to break. When we come back, we're going to get into our pick'em here around the NFL. And then after the pick'em, we do have a big Lions segment at 9:15. I'm excited about it.
Huge.
Yes, I'm excited for this. So make sure you guys stick around. I'm going to tell you guys about Hamlin Pub, though. Have you guys ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? Because I'm a regular there. That is Hamlin Pub. We have just a place for you. Head over to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular. Whether you're having half-off pizza on a Thursday or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place to be. Make sure you visit a location today. Oh, excuse me, and experience your new favorite thing for all things
wings
sports.
Too spicy for you?
Yeah, they are. And look at those wings right here. Those are great.
Those look crispy, like sort of crispy.
They look so good. Make sure you guys head over to Hamlin Pub. That beer, they have great beer, great wings, burger. They have everything you need. Visit a location near you.
Where everyone's a regular.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Baby, Swiss Insurance, because do you have football in the brain? Yeah, it's the fall, so football is amazing. Like, it's just amazing. So it's also a perfect time. Fall is a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. So why don't you shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance? They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177. Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Chat is popping off today. While you guys are sitting there going back and forth with each other, make sure you guys hit that like button for us. Let's get over 100 here before the end of the show. Hey, the chat is going nuts right now.
They are.
It is a great thing. I'm going to hear it here. Thunder God Comics. Settle down, Booner. Broncos will beat the Vikings this weekend. I hope they do. I'm cheering to get whatever team plays the Vikings every week. I'm cheering for them. I want the Detroit Lions to clinch the division in 5 weeks.
Real talk, the Broncos game is a game that isn't going to be a gimme anymore. No. I thought that was maybe the #1 gimme on the entire schedule at the beginning of the season, but they're playing well.
Boys, every home game we have is a gimme. Come on. Let's go.
Are you denying that the Broncos are playing better than they did at the beginning of the season?
I am drinking the Kool-Aid tonight, boys. I'm not going to lie. I am feeling this Lions high. I'm bringing it all the way into Sunday when I go in and tear up Ford Field. Let's go.
Slap in
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
No, you can't. I mean, I drink the Kool-Aid too. All right. I don't have my Kool-Aid today. I actually lost my Kool-Aid. I wanted a glass of it today. Could not find it. I had to go get some more.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
you gotta go to Hawaii. You gotta go all the way across the pond.
My brother lives in Hawaii.
It's really?
Yeah. Kona.
Kauai.
Yeah. Shout out my brother. He's a chef. All right.
Aloha.
Let's go around the NFL here. We can do some music a little quiet here, Nick, and we'll have that in the background. We'll go through our picks here. Broder, you have the records from last week. We got a new member here to the team doing picks with us.
Yes, and he finds himself just already in third place. In fourth place, sorry, Nick, 45-39.
Whoa.
In third place, Easy and the TD Booth crew at 46-38. Just one game back. Booner at 48-36 in the #2 slot, and Broder at 50-34, 50-34 record in the #1 spot. Like
how many games back am I?
2.
Okay, this is it. Let's do it.
Easy is 2 games back from you, and Nick's 1 game back. This is a close race.
This week's games are terrible, by the way. There's just like the NFL as it gets going and kind of things start to fold out. Like in college football, you start getting better games. I feel like in the NFL, as the years, like the weeks go on, you get worse games.
Yeah, well, they predict the good games at the beginning of the season, and it never works out the way it starts.
Well, you guys see in week 17, the final week of the year, 17 or 18. The Bengals were supposed to play the Chiefs, and they were thinking that was going to be like one of the premier matchups, and now it's
then even more
flex
possibility of the Lions to get that flex game.
Well, if it's for the #1 seed.
If it's for the number, yeah,
that would
seriously.
Be sick. All right, here I only picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games because there's not that many good games, so we have a smaller slate here, boys. Let's start it off with the Steelers at the Browns. Browns are -1.5. Nick, I'll go to you, and if you want to throw a little background music on, Nick,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be sick. There we go, baby. Let's go, Nick. Who do you got here? Steelers or Browns?
I'll kick it off here. I am going with the Browns. I know their quarterback just got announced out for the year, but I think this defense is legit.
Yes.
I got the Browns all the way.
Yeah, they're legit. Mr. Easy.
Easy, baby.
Easy, baby.
Who do you got? Steelers, Browns. And no switching your picks, too, from the heavyweights. That's a rule that we made.
It feels like 3 days ago.
You just made the
heavies.
I picked the Steelers in the heavyweights. I like the Browns better as an overall team, but they started DTR. He was horrendous his first time out. I think it was against the Ravens, and the Steelers got a solid defense too.
The Lions were pretty horrendous against the Ravens too. Know what I'm saying, Jeff Field?
Does it feel?
Hey, you got what I mean?
I know who I'm going. Who are you going?
I'm going Browns.
Okay, I'm going Steelers.
Oh.
Kenny Pickett, best fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL since week 8 of last week.
Nick, this is how you regain. This is how you just climb over these clowns.
You see that?
Shout out Jack Harrington.
Week
Pick
8.
out the opposite of Nick. Steelers win. Shout out Jack. Thanks for the support, brother.
Jack is OG though. Come on,
Jack.
Well, I know.
We're talking college football, Jack, at 9:30.
We are, but I'm going Steelers. Kenny Pickett, best fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL since week 8 of last year. I'll say that again.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Don't have anything else to say with it. Next game, let's hit it. Chargers are 3-point favorites in Green Bay. I'm going to go. I almost said San Diego. I'm going to go the Los Angeles Chargers. I think they win this game. I'm taking against the Packers every single game this year. I don't care if they win another game. Don't think they will. They're trash. Nick, who do you have here? Chargers, Packers.
Give me the Chargers. I just don't like this Packers team at all, and I think the Chargers are going to bounce back after losing to the Lions.
That's where I was at with it. Easy.
Chargers. The Packers are horrendous.
Across the board, Chargers?
Horrendous. Chargers 4.
Yeah, there's just something about Jordan Love, too. I think everyone in the division was like, Jordan. Like, I think people were it's crazy.
I was. For a couple weeks, I thought he was going to be
at the 4th spot.
What?
I feel like a lot of people had the Vikings at the dead last spot in the NFC North this year.
It was like either the Vikings or the Bears, and the Packers were either that team that was going to compete with the Lions or at least come in second place.
It's great that, hey, the NFC North, maybe that's better than we thought. Just kidding. They're
Arizona
trash.
football, Robert Lane.
Shout out. Next game here, Cardinals at Texans. Ugly game. Texans is a 6-point favorite. Texans are a 6-point favorite. I think this is going to be around the room one pick here because I'm going to go the Houston Texans. Kyler Murray is playing, just so you guys know. He played last week. Didn't look too bad, but he is playing, so that does change
Also
things a
didn't
little
look too
bit.
tall.
No, he did not. And he looked like he was playing a lot of Call of Duty.
It came out that weekend.
It did.
I was surprised.
Nick, easy. Who do you guys have in this one?
Give me the Houston Texans. I love what I'm seeing out of C.J. Stroud. I believe Nico Collins will be back for this one. They're going to go off against the Arizona Cardinals.
There we go.
Texans.
Is anyone going Cardinals?
Where's it at? Where's the game?
It's in. That's a good question. It's in Houston too.
It's in Houston.
And they're 6-point favorites.
Grills, my grills.
Dude, we'll just go opposite. Sabotage the Booth's record.
Damn, you got something.
Or it will climb. You never know. You know.
I think it's gonna be a closer game than you're making it.
I don't
because
think
who they
so.
play last week? It was pretty close. Didn't it come down the wire?
The Texans? They beat someone good.
No, the Texans came down the wire too. They beat the Bengals.
Yep.
And the Cardinals, they had a close one too.
They did. They lost,
Seattle.
They won
beat
last
the
week.
Falcons.
The Falcons.
They beat the
25-23.
Falcons. Falcons aren't great.
At home though.
Give me the guy I wanted on the Detroit Lions once upon a time, C.J. Stroud. I'll go Texans. Why not?
All 4 Texans.
Shout out CJ Stroud.
Shout out.
Yeah, this is the thing is there's some games here, and I think we're gonna go all across the board on a lot of them. Giants at the Commanders. Can we just go all across the board? Washington in here. Is there anyone here that's
Rivalry
opposed?
game.
Anyone opposed?
Danny DeVito.
Do you think are you gonna go Giants?
I'm not gonna go Giants.
Easy, are you gonna go Giants?
No.
Nick.
I'm gonna go with I'm going with the Durs, baby.
The Durs. That one just might be a record breaker for all. We've all like if that actually happens.
This makes me feel good about being in first place. We're picking a lot of the same games.
All right, this is a good one.
Putting $1 on it though, just in case.
Yeah, this is a good one here, fellas. And I know that's a 7-point favorite, but the Jets are going on the road to Buffalo. Ooh. And I think there's a lot of people who feel like the Jets can win this game. I saw a stat that said the loser of this game falls into the single digits for percentages of making the playoffs. So this is a big game for the Jets and the Bills because you guys know that Aaron Rodgers potentially could come back, and the Jets are in a kind of a desperation mode, but they have an elite defense. And Buffalo has struggled. That offense has struggled. I mean, you saw 4 turnovers last week, 5 turnovers, maybe even 6 with those fumbles.
Josh Allen.
So I'm gonna go the Bills. I'm gonna go the Bills. I can't. Just one of those principle out of pure respect. I've been on the Bills all year.
Jeff Berg is going
can't
Bills.
Be that guy
William Vanderswag's going Bills. Jay Cruzen's going Bills. Is anybody going Jets?
Anyone?
Thunder Guy Comics going Bills. Nick, what are you doing? Don't feel the peer pressure from the chat.
I am going with the Bills. They bounce back after firing their offensive coordinator. They get back on track and kick the living. No, I bet they went by a touchdown though.
Easy.
I see why Broder's on top now. He tries to get you to take like a bad team. He just tried peer pressure.
See, I've been trying to say this.
Now. He was
I
like,
just like
Nick,
being on
don't get
top.
peer pressure.
I don't fall into peer pressure. I just made a few bad upset picks that didn't work out my way.
He didn't even have a mustache before this show.
I think Broder. I think
He's your dad.
Broder should, out of respect, go the Jets in this game.
I'll tell you what I'm going to go when it gets to me.
Boom!
Easy. What are you hitting?
It's on Broder right now.
What did you
No,
do?
you're up.
Oh, this is.
Give me
You're
the
not
Bills.
on top.
When it's like close games
on
like
bottom.
this, you got to go QB. It's a must-win for both teams. It feels like more of a must-win for the Jets because they're trying to survive until Aaron Rodgers can make it back into the field, which he's healing pretty quick. But they beat the Jets. I'm sorry, the Jets beat the Bills like week 1 of the NFL season. They got to get that win back. It was an awful loss.
Bills.
Yeah, the loss the Bills took the Jets at the beginning of the year. That was rough.
This is one that they would win and tease everybody for like jumping back on the bandwagon. But since we're all going similar for all the, I'm going Jets. JTS, Jets.
Let's
This one's
go.
for you, Braylon.
Shout out, Braylon. All right,
I
next
wouldn't be
game.
surprised if they won.
Let's do these two. We have 2 more, and then we'll hit break here, and then get into some Lions stuff. 2 quick ones. We'll go around the room quick here. It is a pick'em game. The Seahawks are on the road versus the Rams. I'm gonna go the Seattle Seahawks. Nick, where are you going with this one?
Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and the LA Rams. Let's go.
Easy.
I like it.
Give me the Seahawks.
All right, we're with me, Broder.
I'm also going to go Seahawks.
Okay.
Let's
Nick,
go. That's where I
falling
get
farther
one.
and farther out,
Yeah.
4th place. Last one here, Vikings at the Broncos. This is the big one, the NFC North matchup that we wanted to talk about. We're going to talk to the one that says the Vikings are the worst team in football. They're down there with the Arizona Cardinals. No one likes them. They're one of the worst teams of all time in the NFL. Nick, tell us what you think. Vikings, Broncos. Talk about those
where's the
Vikings
game?
you hate.
That is in Denver,
Denver.
this game is, and I've picked against the Vikings for about their 5-game win streak, and I believe that is a big reason why I am so far down in the standings. And I am picking with Booner's Vikings right now.
Wait, rewind. Don't say my Vikings. Don't take that back. Rewind.
I am picking Booner's Vikings to beat the Broncos on some weird witchcraft type shit. Hope they lose. Picking the Vikings.
Knicks, Chicago Bears. Easy. Who do you got?
And he can pass.
I like the odds. The Vikings are entertaining, but I think the magic ends. I think this Denver teams look different the past couple of weeks. Even just beating the Bills just now. It's crazy they were even in that game for as bad as they've been.
You going Broncos?
Going Broncos.
As am I. We're going 2. Mile High City, baby.
You guys want to know something
This one's for
funny?
Jokic. You're going Vikings.
The Vikings have turned into Nick's team. I'm going the Broncos. Give me the Broncos. He's the only one on the Vikings. That set up perfect. I don't know. I don't even know who I was going to pick. But when I saw everyone was on the Broncos besides Nick, I'm going the Denver Broncos. I want the Minnesota Vikings to lose every game the rest of the year. We do not need the Vikings to win anymore. Lose every single game the rest of the year, and the Detroit Lions go clinch the playoffs in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Get it done. I saw a stat, fellas. I'm pretty sure if the Detroit Lions, funny brother, if the Detroit Lions win their next 3 games, I believe they have like a not 100. They might clinch the playoffs. Actually, I believe.
Maybe.
I think I saw something that says if the Lions win their next 3 games, they automatically clinch. So what would that be? Week
11 and 2.
Week 13.
Yeah.
Week
11 and 2.
14. Clinch the playoffs in week 13 or 14. That is unbelievable. Think about that, Lions fans.
Can you do it?
Broncos country.
Lions fans.
All right,
Let's ride.
Let's do this. Let's go to break.
Do He beat you to it.
Woodward Sports Lions post-game show. Make sure you guys tune in. Sorry, Easy, you threw me off there. That was a great transition. Directly after every Lions game, that is hosted by Maz and Stick and a bunch of weekly special guests. You'll see Nick there sometimes. Easy will be there. I will be there. Lucas. Got a lot of special guests there. Anson. And they'll be breaking down the game. We'll be drinking Kool-Aid, enjoying the Lions' victory. That is on the Woodward Sports Network, Woodward Sports YouTube page. And then Planet Fitness, baby, where your fitness is essential. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience squeaky clean gyms and a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $10 a month. Make sure you guys check them out. They have Planet Fitnesses everywhere in Metro Detroit and thousands worldwide. That is $10 a month where your fitness is essential.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best, like Sam Flannel does with his golden retriever Jake and his pussycat that's orange. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store, family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, the lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, we are back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys locking in with us on a beautiful Friday night. We've got a lot of people in here. Make sure, if you guys haven't yet, please hit that like button for us. If you guys get us over 100, helps with the algorithm and push our show out. So maybe they're like, Booner and Broder, you guys are doing something right around here. And things work, because yesterday we started 15 minutes late. Right? Nothing worked for us. We are the new BDE, is what they call us.
Got that?
Is that a compliment?
It's more, no, it's because we get the bottom of the barrel stuff.
Oh, we get what?
We're below you guys now.
Bro, you guys have we didn't have commercials. We didn't have nothing. We get the bottom of it. We had a no sound guy.
Right. Oh well, that
we did a whole we had 2 hot mic shows.
No, there was a sound guy in there. Casper was in there.
The Friendly Ghost?
Casper,
you had people.
Fish,
you had bigger
Adam
people than we had.
Maddie made an appearance that day.
Dude, you had Casper. He's a celebrity.
Speaking of, I watched Casper on Netflix the other night. They have it on Netflix. Like it's regenerated for the quality of the screen. It's a really good. It's funny.
Broder at home is watching Casper.
Yeah, it was. It was like it was right around. It was right around Halloween. I was just in a ghostly mood.
Glorious.
Yeah, seriously.
I put that movie on for my son because he's 4, and I'm like, he's gonna love this movie because he likes scary stuff.
And you loved it.
I loved it. He said it was lame. He's like, yeah, it wasn't scary enough. I was like, damn. My son also told Booner to shut up one time. He was like, you talk too much, bro.
I do it for a living. I get paid to talk. You know what the best thing is I grew up with ADHD and like getting medicine and things to stop me talking. And eventually I was in college, I'm just gonna go. Just let me talk.
Let Booner fly.
Let Booner loose. And that's what happened. And I do it for a career now. All right, let's do this. We're going to break down the game a little bit, the Lions. We're getting more into these matchups now. Next segment. This is what the rest of the show looks like here, if you guys didn't know already. This segment, we're going to go over the matchup, offense, defense, offense, break that down a little bit. 9:40, we're going to hop into a little bit of college football. Not a great slate this weekend, but we do need to mention Michigan, talk a little bit more about that, kind of get into how things are looking around there. And then at 9:40, we're going to get a little bit more into our Lions predictions, score predictions, game predictions, anything you guys in here around the room in the chat want to talk about to predict on Sunday. We'll talk about that, and we'll end it with mailbag. Let's do it then, Broder.
Yes.
Let's just get right into this breakdown here. I want to start with the Lions offense versus this Bears defense. The Bears defense, they have names. And I feel like there's been people who are like, oh, the names don't really. They do have names, and if you do look at some of these stats, like tackles and all of that, compared to this Lions team, they're putting stats and production up. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a fact. I'm going to name some names here, and I just want, and easy too, like, I want you guys to see if you guys agree with me that these names, they can affect this game in a crazy way. You're looking at Montez Sweat, T.J. Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Jalen Johnson, Jaquan Brisker, Eddie Jackson. Those are dudes, right?
Dudes.
Those are dudes around the NFL that you would love to have on the Detroit Lions. So this comes down to me, you have the best offense in the NFL. A lot of people say the number 2.
Number 1.
Stats show number 2, but if you really break it down, one, I already said it earlier in the show, you have the most explosive offense in the NFL.
Yes.
You have the most 20-yard plays.
Yes.
You have the most 20-yard plus touchdowns.
Yes.
You dominate in the run game.
Yes.
You have the best offensive line in the game.
1.
You have wide receivers that can go out and make plays.
Yeah.
You're getting wide receivers now who can, and Donovan Peoples-Jones, J-Mo.
Yeah.
You have the second best tight end.
Yeah.
You had this offense, I think, has to go out there and throw up 35-plus points on this team.
Yeah.
You're really getting me this.
No, you're right. For all those reasons, you're right. They got names, but they don't play as a cohesive unit. Like, that's why the Chicago Bears haven't figured it out yet. They have been a lot better since Eberflus took over the defensive play call, and I think it was week 5. I don't think they've given up a rushing touchdown since week 5. So they got dudes, they got pieces. It all could work. The key to the Lions is making sure it doesn't work, putting them out of their element, taking advantage of some matchups. And that might mean T.J. Edwards, who's got 112 tackles, you find a way to get him matched up with Jahmyr Gibbs.
So does
something
that
like
make you
that.
feel like, and this is something I've been struggling with trying to figure out for this game, is they've been so good stopping the run. Do you think it's just a thing where, like, Ben Johnson's coming in with the game plan of, let's just pass the ball the whole time?
Maybe.
Like, that secondary, you can cut them apart. That's the thing, though. It's like they haven't given up a touchdown to a rushing touchdown since week 5. Like, I know you want to establish the run, and I know you have the offensive line to do it and the 2 running backs to do it, but is there still a side to where
I say maybe because he totally could do that, but I don't think so. And I think that 4th down and 5 call we talked about yesterday, the halfback draw right up the middle of the David Montgomery, I think that says everything you need to know about Ben Johnson and just this offense. It's like they're going to do whatever it takes to get into their game plan, to get into what they want to do, which means using that offensive line, running the ball with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's going to be their first thing. You know, like when it doesn't actually happen as much anymore, but used to be basketball games, NBA games, like the first play, I think it was Larry Brown, first play every game, and always try to get it to the post player, whether it's Rasheed Wallace or someone in the post to just get the post game going. These guys, Ben Johnson is going to try to get that run game going right from the start.
Yeah, I like that. I think if you get the run, you know actually what happened with that as well. If you look at the Ravens game, they couldn't get the run game going, and it's a good defense, right? Like you have to establish the run even on a good defense. They didn't get it going, and the air game they couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
and you don't want to get stuck in that to where you end up being in a closer game than expected because you didn't. Remember a couple weeks ago we said stick to the game plan after the Ravens game. Do that on Sunday.
Stay the path.
I got this shout to Jamie Risen from Pride of Detroit.
Ooh.
I don't know if he made this or he found it online, but this is, if you see here, rushing yards versus the Bears. The last game, like you mentioned, Booner, was against the Chiefs at 100 yards put on them.
Yeah.
But look at the running backs, like Broncos.
Right, they haven't played very many good running back teams.
Outside of maybe...
and that's before Javonte Williams was kind of back.
And
when they
played the Raiders, it was against like Aiden O'Connell or Brian Hoyer or something like that. So like they were not running the ball because they were passing, trying to catch up the entire time. Austin Eckler, he's a great back making plays, but he's not really a great rusher per se. I mean, they did fairly well against Alvin Kamara maybe, but there's still 87 yards right there. Which I'm saying they haven't really played anyone. Like the Panthers are an awful running attack too, by the way. Like Lions are gonna run all over.
And that was Jeremy Reisman, Pride of Detroit.
Yes.
Credit to Jeremy Reisman, Pride of Detroit.
Shout out.
That is very fair as well. Then I think to think that this Lions team can do that.
Yeah,
I think they do. You have the way that the Jahmyr Gibbs has played the last 3 or 4 weeks, and then the way David Montgomery has been just all year.
What have we talked about? That's the number 1 running back
scary.
duo in the NFL and the number 1 offensive line. I mean, you need to be able to run against everybody, even the number 2 run defense in the league.
I don't hate it, guys. Actually, you guys are, as we're starting to go a little bit more, I just wrote down my score prediction because that kind of convinced me a little bit to where I feel like what they can do. Let's move to the other side of the ball, Detroit Lions defense, because this is where it kind of gets me a little bit. We already talked about the red zone kind of issues on offense, but if you remember on defense, there's that similar thing. To where they're giving up 72% in the red zone. They're giving up 72%, which is 30th in the NFL right now, Broder. What are the keys and kind of what are the matchups you're looking at on this defense to this Bears offense?
I'm looking at making sure that Khalil Herbert and Deontay Foreman don't get going. They don't have a big game. Khalil Herbert is back after 5 games with an injury, and he's explosive. He was on the rise coming up. This is why they I think is a stupid move, but this is why they were okay moving on from David Montgomery. They had Khalil Herbert, who was their up-and-comer. They drafted Roshan Johnson, who I think is really good, and he can be a factor. I don't know how much he's going to play with the emergence of Deontay Foreman, but if you can make them one-dimensional, and I don't know if that's going to be the run defense in terms of the defensive line, Ali McNeil, Benito Jones and crew, or if it's Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, the linebackers shutting down that run game, shutting down those gaps, whichever it is, they need to make sure that they don't get going. They can get a couple yards, but if you can force Justin Fields to sit in the pocket and make throws, which he proved he can do a little bit, I still would rather have that, rather put it in his hands than that run game.
I want to, with this defense, I want to kind of throw something out here with this Chicago Bears offense. When you look at the games they've played, I think the top teams they've played, you could probably say the Chargers, the New Orleans Saints. I know they haven't been great, but you could say the Saints, maybe the Vikings that have won 5 straight, and then the Kansas City Chiefs. But if you look at how many points the Bears have scored in each one of those games, 17, 13, 13, and 10. So versus like actual good defenses and good teams, they haven't gone out there and done much.
No.
And that's where I think with the Lions, when you when you're going to look at this, you have to go out there and do what you did versus the Panthers, versus the Bucks, versus the Falcons, versus the
Shut
Packers.
down the mediocre quarterbacks.
Yes.
The bad quarterbacks.
And even if you give them a little bit, like dominate. And like I always go back, I feel like I say this every other week, that Packers game where you came out hot and you just took off like a 3-4 touchdown lead, that's what I want to see, especially at Ford Field. I want to see this defense just get back to back to back 3 and outs with the crowd behind them, and then the offense go down and score 3 touchdowns, and you're sitting there at 21-0 to open the game up in the first quarter because you didn't give Justin Fields anything.
Nothing.
And your offense just dominated their defense and took them, put them in a toilet, and gave them a swirly. That's what I want to see.
Oh, put the head of the
No, God, please,
That's
no,
what I want to
no.
see.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I think,
Let him cook.
I got nothing more to say. Should we go to break?
I'm kind of nervous. Justin Fields and DJ Moore before Justin Fields went out.
Did you see his stats?
They were clicking.
The 2 games that they had.
They were clicking.
Justin Fields had 8 touchdowns, 670-something yards, and DJ Moore had 360 yards and 16. They were going kind of nuts together, but hopefully this time off they lost that sync a little bit.
Fields had back-to-back games before he got hurt. I think he got hurt in the first quarter. I can't remember. Or first half of that game he was playing. The 2 games before that, he had 262 yards and 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 335 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Not too shabby.
And on top of that, he had about over 100 rushing yards in the 2 games combined. So he was playing very well before he got hurt. And then the next game, I think he did get hurt early because he only had 6 completions. So I think it was pretty early.
Yeah, but a lot of those yards, and they were good games, especially the yardages. But a lot of them were yards after catch by DJ Moore, which is why I think it's so important that our cornerbacks got to tackle. Cam Sutton, if DJ Moore gets the ball, tackle him. Jerry Jacobs, same thing. Don't let any of them get long plays, but definitely not DJ Moore, because if he and Justin Fields get going, did they win both those games where they went off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, the Broncos came back
1.
last minute interception.
Gotcha. So they're in those games, but got to shut them down.
40-20, they blew out the Commanders, and the Commanders have been decent. Sam Howell's been pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit break. When we do come back, we're gonna go just a little bit of college football for a couple minutes, and then we'll come back. We'll give our score predictions. So make sure you guys stick around for 9:40 because we're gonna do our score predictions. We're gonna lock that in, and I think we have a couple big game predictions as well, touchdowns, things like that. So let's do it. Let's go to break. First, tell us about Feldman, and then I'll tell you about Guardian Alarm.
I will, because since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience. They call it the Feldman Advantage. They have 18 locations, so there's got to be a dealership in your backyard. You just got to visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Also, catch Woodward Sports there every other Monday at their Novi dealership. They will be here this upcoming Monday, so check them out there. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
And then Guardian Alarm, it is customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them any day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member, they will be there. Stay on the phone as long as needed. That is technology that is backed by people, where your safety and security deserves technology that has been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Make sure for that great defense, you call this number here on the screen. That is 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has been providing Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, dry-aged beef, Wagyu beef, all the beef you could ask for. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Just check them out, the Grosse Pointe Woods Shop. They got grab-and-go steaks. You can also order online at right there. Fairwaypacking.com. Check them out.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. It is the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys locking in with us. Beautiful Friday night. I know it's nice out. I know you guys want to go out on the town, but you're sticking it out. You're playing with the boys right now. You're sitting here pre-gaming with us. We appreciate that. Talking the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions. Whoa. We're going to get into here, though. We're going to get in. What happened?
You started talking about playing with the boys.
And you said that. You can't say that, bro.
What? Mike, he's got a fairy tale land. Neverland.
Say that.
What?
Come on. You know, I just noticed this. Your shirt, it's a Dorito.
Is it really?
That's a Dorito logo.
Woodward Pistons with a horse?
That's the Pistons logo is a Dorito.
Hey, shout out the Pistons.
No wonder they're
today.
so cheesy.
Let's go.
All right, let's get into college football a little bit. We're going to talk. We don't talk college football much until Fridays. We actually do talk Michigan a little bit, but we're going to get into kind of the college football world a little bit more here. I know, Nick, you love doing college football as well. I love watching college football and betting college football. So let's do it.
Break it down.
Is there anything else with the sign stealing stuff that we need to cover? Or are we good for now?
Yeah, we're good. It's Friday night. Let's have fun. That's all negative stuff.
It's Friday.
Michigan's not looking so good. Blah, 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 blah. Linebacker coach fired, likely involved.
And they're on the road tomorrow.
Yeah, they play Maryland.
How do you think that? Do you think it's a closer game?
I win by 70. Yeah.
Because it is. If you think about it, I think a lot of people, though, at the end of the day, even a couple months ago, when you look at these games, having Maryland in between Penn State and Ohio State, it's like you just came off an extremely emotional win versus Penn State, especially, very emotional, Sean Moore. But you have that, and then it's like, okay, now you're expected just to keep doing what you're doing, keep those emotions intact, and then bring the emotional, all that stuff back next week.
It's almost the definition of a trap game in between your two biggest games of the year. You're right.
And with all the emotion of the stuff happening.
I just think this team, all the craziness going on, as crazy as we all are in media and all our fans, I think J.J. McCarthy and that team, that Jim Harbaugh is able to coach during the week, I think they're focused, and I think they're playing hard for whatever reason, whether they feel like the victims or whether they feel like everyone's against them. They can feel however they want. I think it makes them focused.
Yeah, and this week's slate, we're going to get into, I have 2 games here written down that are actually good football games. The week is kind of just sucks.
Just read what you wrote.
This game sucked. This week's game sucked. M&M peanut butter nuts.
That's terrible.
That's what I put.
Great job.
But no, that's very true. It's bad. The one game here, number 1 Georgia at Tennessee. They're 10-point favorites. I think Nick and chime in if you want. Georgia wins this game by 1 million.
1 million?
Yeah, dude. Tennessee. There's this thing to where there's these SEC schools who they make the spread a little close because they're at home, and then when they play like a Georgia, Alabama, or Florida State, like the ACC of Florida State, it's just like a blowout. And you know what? You know what I do? Sometimes I fall for the trap. I still never lose, but sometimes I'll fall for the trap, and I'm gonna go the underdog here.
We trap or die.
Yeah, I'm not in love with Georgia this year, but I think Tennessee are a bunch of frauds. You know, the SEC, they just get their hypes or their wins hyped up because they play like 4 cupcakes. So all of them are overinflated. I think Georgia rolls them. Tennessee's ass, and I don't have any faith in Joe Milton either. So I think Georgia wins this game in Tennessee.
Peaceful Tim said the Michigan situation is beyond frustrating. I've said my piece. I'm almost at that. When the stuff that came out today, the fire, like I'm like, dude, I don't even like. I could do as many spin zones as I want and keep trying to just like.
You go to Fairway Packing Company, do a meat spin.
A meat. But Sharon more.
Sharon.
It's just like I could keep trying to stand up and like as a joke do all these spin zones and have fun with it, but man, is it annoying.
It's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Damn, easy.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
I almost said something else.
Do you have the Of Mice and Men clip for that? You're a goat.
Yeah, no, easy is. The only game I think that matters this week, though, in college football, number 5, Washington at number 11, Oregon State. This is where I think something actually happens. I think
Oregon State?
I think Oregon State at home, I think they get the job done and beat Washington. Washington, they've had these games. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Yeah, I heard someone say what? I don't know who it was.
I heard someone picked them on some radio station earlier this week. And they had a really good explanation.
Like, just look at this, though, real quick. Washington's played some big games. Obviously, we know exactly kind of how good the Pac-12 has been. Last week, they only beat Utah by 1 touchdown. The week before, they beat USC by 10 points. Stanford almost lost to Stanford. It was a 1-possession game. Arizona State, that was a game where they probably should have lost. If you watch that game, Arizona State was, for some reason and somehow, dominating Washington, it felt like. Like, they were in the game, and they should have won. 15-7. Crazy game. Oregon at home 36-33. Arizona 31-24. Another 1-possession game. For 7 straight weeks, the Washington Huskies have basically been in 1-possession games for 7 straight weeks. In college football, when you do it that many times, you're going to eventually drop one. Yeah. Upsets happen all the time. This is the week I think it happens. I think they've been in too many close games. They've gone too close to that side. I think they end up winning or losing this game by about a touchdown.
And they're going against a veteran quarterback. DJ. I don't know if he's in a year 6, 7, 8. DJ Uiagalelei has been in college football for a long time.
Can you say it one more time?
DJ Uiagalelei.
5 times fast?
Uiagalelei. No, that's a hard one. Nice. Well done.
Yeah,
Way to get me live.
Booner, another reason why this game's worrisome for the Washington Huskies is because Oregon State at home is undefeated, and they've won every single game by 2 scores.
Wow.
So they've been defending their home turf really well. It's going to be a tough one for Washington. Are you contenders or are you pretenders? They want to get to that Oregon game
that was cute.
With 1 loss in the championship, or undefeated in the championship. I'm gonna
do it.
God damn, fuck it. Wow. I'm going for it. I'm going with Washington. Give me the Huskies. I think Penix has a big game on the road.
Ugly.
Going against everything I just said there.
I'm going Oregon State. I might take a money line as well. I truly think they win this game. I do. And then it's gonna mess so many things up with the college football playoffs. The Pac-12. Oregon's gonna end up getting into the college football playoffs because Washington loses this week, and then Oregon wins out in the Pac-12 championship game. Washington might end the season with 2 losses because they'll lose in the Pac-12 championship to Oregon.
Wait, isn't Washington out of the playoffs right now?
They're 5
seeds. They're 5, but they're undefeated. So if it comes down to it, if they win it all and go win the Pac-12, they're gonna get in because there's gonna be a 1-loss team.
They beat Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Beat Washington. They beat Utah.
Yep.
Who else they beat? They beat USC.
USC's trash.
Oregon State's played nobody, and Penix is like a Heisman. Well, he was. And it just feels like a team of destiny. Like I don't know. I feel like they're getting disrespected outside the playoffs.
Oregon State beat Utah.
And they have something to play for. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I just think this is it. This is the game where they drop.
Yeah, it is a trap game.
I'm putting some money on it.
Who's Oregon State? Oh, I guess Utah. That's it.
They played Utah. They played Washington State. That's ranked. UCLA. That's ranked. And then they end the year with Washington and Oregon. So I think they lose it. All right. That's our college football talk.
1 sec. Hey, predictions for Michigan, Maryland.
Michigan by a million.
Is it really over under 49.5?
Yeah, it's 19. It's over under is 49.5, and the spread is 19.5. What do you guys feel in that spot?
I'm gonna go Michigan by. I don't know if I'm gonna take them to spread, but I'm gonna look at something here because I usually this is my favorite bet with the Michigan Wolverines. I'm taking their team total over 33.5.
Oh yeah.
Wanted to make sure the line was correct there. And
can you bet like the opposing team on like under 10 points?
You can bet their team total is 14.5. And you know what? I'm taking the under on that as well.
Yeah.
Maryland under 14.5. They are not scoring 14 points on the Michigan Wolverines.
We don't get a chance to really talk too much Michigan football, so I want to pick your guys' brain just for a second here. Do you think we continue to just run the ball and run the ball? We ran like 30-something straight plays against Penn State. Do you think we let JJ loose at all? Do you guys think his ankle is okay? Because he was hobbling by the end of that Penn State game.
That's a good call. I mean, I think there's something about this situation that lends me to be like, all right, let's get JJ a little something to maybe sneak back in the Heisman conversation, which I think he's probably too far out of anyway, but they could definitely do that. But I think, especially Sharon Moore, former offensive lineman, he wants to get that run game established. Like, that is part of the reason. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's part of the reason they went to it against Penn State, both because it was working. Help get those edge rushers at linebacker, but it's their identity too, kind of like the Lions.
They're just going to hit the hot hand. If the run game works, they're just going to keep doing it until someone can stop it. That's how I look at it. Yep. And they're gonna throw some passes in, I think. Let's hit break. When we come back, next about 7 or 8 minutes, we're gonna go into our score predictions for the Detroit Lions versus Chicago Bears. Any game predictions that anyone has, we'll throw that out there as well. I think I'm gonna give out a touchdown score. This is a little sprinkle as well. We've already talked about the player a little bit. Make sure you guys too, on Sunday, I've been giving out the Booner Legacy plays, which I pick one player to go off and we take their overs on receptions, receiving yards, touchdown, all of that. 6 straight weeks, 6-0. So let's do that. Let's hit the break. Tell us about Mark White.
I'll tell you about Mark White because when you're buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. So sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That's exactly what you can do with the Mark White & Associates minute-by-minute listing agreement. So visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football. Glorious! Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check them out online at www.dispo.com. Canna.com.
Alright, we are back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate all of you guys locking in here with us on a Friday night. Detroit Lions versus Chicago Bears. We're locking into that on Sunday. Make sure you guys tune into all of the pregame show, Woodward and Maine, the live stream, postgame, all of that. We have that going. And if you guys haven't yet, let's hit that like button. We're at 90 right now. Let's hit over 100 here by the end of the segment. We're going to go around the room here the next couple minutes, give out our score predictions. If you guys can in the chat, start dropping your score predictions.
Please.
I want to start seeing what everyone's doing. Nick, we're going to go around this way, and we're going to come back here. We're going to go clockwise. Nick, we'll start with you. What is your score prediction for the Detroit Lions
peer
versus
pressure,
Chicago
Nick.
Bears?
I'm not. Let's go. Detroit Lions, baby. I don't have my chat up right now. I'm charging my phone. I'm going to go your Detroit Lions 35, the Chicago Bears 10. I don't believe the Chicago Bears get 2 touchdowns. I think Ford Field's going to be absolutely insane. We've been waiting for Chicago all off season and all year. All their fans talking all that shit. They don't want this smoke at Ford Field. They're going to get their ass beat. We are coming for them, and we're coming for them strong. Let's go. Detroit Lions 35. J-Mo's going to take off, have a big day. We're going to be able to run the ball. We totally dominate this game in true Lions fashion this year. Let's go.
Wow, let's go. Like
Easy.
homecoming.
I know you probably already did it on the heavies, but who are you taking? What is the score? What is your score prediction?
Score prediction. I carry the 2. Rest of the button right here. Phoenix is from.
There we go.
The Detroit Lions shall rise just to send the Chicago Bears straight down. Fuck the Bears! Lions by a million, baby!
Rawr.
That was a great score prediction. I don't even know what you said.
Said Lions by a million, baby.
Love it. Let's go.
I'm so lightheaded right now.
I'm sorry.
Ah!
That was crazy.
Justin from North Carolina, 69-9 Lions. Eric Burrow, 48-14 Lions. George Eagle, 45-10 Det. Lions, 42-7. Detroit Dyson, Full State Farms, 31-14. These are some big wins. Alex Merrill, 42-10. Also Freddie Felt. Wow, look at these. Nice job, guys. I'm going to go with 31-21. Yeah, Lions win. That's what I'm saying. I think the Bears are going to score a couple points. I don't know. He's got the hat on, too.
All right, fellas, this is what we're doing here.
Cook.
We're going the Detroit Lions 42-17, and I'm going to give you a touchdown score. Sam Laporta, he's getting in the end zone, plus 155, baby. The Detroit Lions, as Easy said, they're winning by a million. Let's go, boys. The Detroit Lions, NFC North champions, #1 seed. They're taking the path. We keep talking about the path, the Booner path. We're taking the path. I still need to trademark that, the path, boys.
Your hair looks nice.
Could someone remind me to trademark the path? Booner path.
They scored 13 points against the Panthers.
41, or no, I'm sorry, I said 42. I meant 41-17. I got too excited. Oh, let's go.
That's still a big score.
What do you guys think, though? Do you guys think they actually can win big like that? I think they can. I'm convinced they can.
Go ahead.
My bad. This home field. Yeah, my bad, bro.
Don't apologize.
This home field advantage is going to really show up in this game. Justin Fields is going to struggle in his first game back. And like I said, all of the hype in the offseason about the Bears. The Bears are going down by your Detroit Lions. Let's go, boys. Broder, what do you think?
No, I'm with you. They can obviously put points on the board. I think just the return of Justin Fields leads to a couple touchdowns from the Bears. I don't know if I just don't think it's gonna be a close game, but all game long. But 31-21 is mine. It's gonna be a little bit of everything.
And real quick, Easy, can we go single cam real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to tell the people.
Zoom real in on his face.
No, please don't. I just want to. Yeah, this is.
Can
I just want to tell the people real quick. When I look you dead in the eyes, you guys already know I don't lose. When I look you guys dead in the eyes, and I say there's a path for the Detroit Lions to go to the Super Bowl, I am dead serious. I think this is a game where they go out and beat the Chicago Bears by 30, and they're on the road of getting one of these things right here, a Lombardi Trophy. They're on the road to getting the 1 seed. These games get you the 1 seed. They're gonna go win by 30 on Sunday. They're gonna dominate the Bears at home, and they're gonna let the league know that this is a serious 8-2 football team after Sunday, and the Booner path will stay alive. Love you guys. Let's go to break. Mailbag when we get back. Appreciate you guys all. We're going to go to break. Make sure you guys start dropping your questions for us. Any question you want. We'll answer them till we die. Let's hit it, though. Planet Fitness. Nick, tell us about it.
Sir, Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. You can work out there 24 hours any day of the week. There's Planet Fitness all around your location. Wherever you are, there's a Planet Fitness nearby. That is a no judgment free zone, so you can go anytime, anywhere, no judgment. Check out your local Planet Fitness today.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Let's talk about it. It is Outdoor Equipment Company. Make sure you guys check it out. The official equipment provider of the Woodward Sports Network. It is Michigan grown, family owned, bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, and even weed whippers. They have it all. Liberty trailers, Generac generators, Snow X plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Co. has it all. You can buy it. You can rent it. 0% financing. Delivery right to your doorstep. Make sure you guys check them out at that link right above there at OutdoorEquipCo.com. And we are back. It is Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. And we're in the final stretch here. The last 10 minutes of the show here. Appreciate you guys locking in. It is mailbag. We're gonna hit some questions here. I actually see this might be the most questions we've ever had right off the bat.
Send it. First one you see.
First one I see. How many sacks? This is William Vanderswag. How many sacks do you expect the Lions to produce against the Bears? And should J-Mo have a breakout game this Sunday against the Bears? I'll start us off. I typically, you guys know this when you watch the streams and pregame shows, I am the guy that goes on and bets the Lions 5 sacks, and I'll try and pick different games. I'll tell you what, this was a game to where I went on FanDuel and I looked for the 5 sacks. They do not have it up. Since we hit that bet 2 weeks ago, I've hit that bet twice this year at plus 1,800 both times, or plus 1,600, and came up on a lot. And since we hit that the last time, they have not put it up. I think they get 5+ sacks.
Bricked up, baby. I go 3 sacks, and J-Mo does break out.
What is going on in the TD booth right now?
He's jamming.
Him and Nick are both jamming.
Cruising.
All right, what do you have here?
Freddie Felt. What?
What was that?
Freddie Felt. What?
J-Mo? You say something about J-Mo?
I think there was like a breakout.
Nick is obsessed with J-Mo.
Yeah, hey, might as well be. Freddie Felt 3 on 3. I really like this question. Rank these baseball movies: Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, Major League, and The Sandlot.
I'm gonna go Sandlot, Major League, Rookie of the Year, and then the last one. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Little Big League?
Yeah, I probably have, but that's where I'm gonna go.
I'm going Sandlot.
Yep.
Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, Major Leagues.
Oh, Major League's last.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Rookie of the Year, and then The Sandlot, and then Major League.
Yeah,
Haven't seen
wrong.
the other one. I dig Rookie of the Year.
It's a great movie, but The Sandlot's classic. I'm not judging.
Yeah. Sandlot's like a straight like great movie, like by itself, without even being a sports movie. Sandlot's an all-time classic.
Yeah. We did a little Sandlot yesterday. Forever. Yep. Mm-hmm. So you're going Sandlot number 1.
Jet Rodriguez.
Let's see. What else do we have here?
Oh, here we go. ETN RC1422 mailbag. Who are the Lions playing in the Super Bowl?
Did you just type in a cheat code just now? What was that?
Yeah.
Kansas
down,
Was there a
down, up,
helicopter outside? What's going on
I
here?
just got unlimited ammunition.
Dude, did you just put 5 stars on us?
Yeah, dude.
Like instant 5 stars?
Yeah.
Dude, where I get this bazooka from?
Playing the
down,
Kansas City
right.
Chiefs.
I think
Chiefs.
the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm going to go the Chiefs.
Hey.
I think I would have said Ravens, but what's his name getting hurt? Mark Andrews is brutal.
Mailbag, around the horn, really quick, one-word answer. This is Robbie Haycop. Mailbag, is Jared Goff a top 5 quarterback in the league?
Yes. Right now, yes.
At this very moment?
Yes.
No.
Time to industry, boys. Let's go.
Let's see if Easy that tweet was serious.
All right, let's go. Give me some names.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Tua, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert.
No. He's top 5.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Why? Who do you
top
put?
10.
Who are you putting ahead
Top
of him?
7. He's top 7.
Who are you putting ahead of him?
Here's the thing. I would put him in the top 5 of the MVP rate. Like, put him in that conversation. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback.
Who are you
That
putting
makes
ahead of
sense.
him?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Mahomes? What?
The baseball player behind you in the
I mean,
yeah,
there's this guy, Nick, over here, too.
I'm talking to you. You
No Alan Trammell slander in this studio.
I said the guy behind, yeah.
That's Alan Trammell.
Okay.
The older baseball player is me, and there's no slander here either.
Who's in front of him? Look, he's over there typing.
Who's in front of him?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep. I'll give you that.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
On the year, I mean, you had to
On
say
the year.
You had to say Tua.
Yep.
Hate to say that. Justin Herbert does have better numbers than Jared
I
Goff
will not.
right now.
They just won a back.
He's got better numbers right now.
They just went head to head. Guess who won? And it was a shootout.
That's a team game.
It was a shootout though.
It's a team game.
We went head to head.
Also had 2 running back touchdowns.
Yep. Okay. No.
So I got Tua. I got Herbert. I got Lamar. I said Mahomes. Did I say Mahomes?
Yep.
You say Burrow?
Burrow, no.
Burrow's
no.
like Dunzo.
Can't say Burrow.
R.I.P. Honestly, for being honest, C.J. Stroud's got better numbers than Jared Goff.
I'll give you C.J. Stroud, and I think that's it.
I had one more, and then I had to go off at 7 when I personally did the list.
That's a good ass debate, though.
Do you guys know are we having a college stream, Ohio State versus Michigan? This is a question from Jack Harrington. We are going to have one.
We will have an Ohio State Michigan stream, I believe. I believe we will have a pregame, and then we'll have a stream.
Oh, Jalen Hurts.
100 likes.
It'll most likely probably be like me, Flannel, Brady. Maybe there'll probably be a handful of people that are there.
I'll probably be there.
Let's do a couple more, real quick. 2 more. The music's going. When the music goes, it's like, man, it's like I'm doing an Oscar speech.
Yeah, or you're getting music off stage, which you are. Pick one quick.
I'm going to pick 2. Mailbag. Bugs issue more than illness. That's a you question, Broder.
Bugs issue more than that is a deep question.
It is. What is going on? Do you have any idea?
I have a hard time deciphering this after Dan Campbell's press conference today. Like, I couldn't get a read on him. I think there's something more to it. Really? I mean, I think the illness is why he's out now, but I don't know why he hasn't been consistent this year, or even like how many healthy scratch. Like, unless you're traveling abroad, I don't know what a healthy scratch is.
I'll do last one here. Thoughts on Leo DiCaprio playing Stallions in the Michigan football movie? Funny, man.
Wait, what was it?
Leonardo DiCaprio playing Stallions, Connor Stallions in the Michigan football. Yeah, Leo's he's too good for that role. Don't want to do that to Stallions. I will. Someone in there said bets ? Tomorrow morning I will have my bets on my Twitter at Booner Sports for college football, and then on Sunday tune in to the Lions pregame show at 9:30. We'll have a Booner bet segment, and I'll tweet them out as well. So just make sure you guys keep an eye out for those. The Lions ones, those are the ones you don't want to miss out on.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. All right, appreciate you guys all locking in with us. Woodward Nights, beautiful night.
So much fun tonight.
Had a blast. On your way out, hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment when the stream's done. That helps push the algorithm. Give us some criticism, constructive, please. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys
Sunday,
9:30 a.m. and 8 a.m. Woodward and Maine. Love you guys.